Good evening, folks. Another episode of the Santa Boot First podcast coming at you. We've had a couple weeks off. We're excited. A lot going on. Free agency for NFL, free agency for baseball, although somebody needs to wake the Phillies up and let them know. We got brackets. What else? We got Sixers, hangout. We're talking sports, Philly sports here on Santa Boot First.
Cement legs.
Boo, 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 boo. All right, folks.
Sounds like you're laughing.
I like that opening.
I like that opening, too. It's one of my favorites. We are back with another episode here of the Santa Boot First podcast, coming to you live from beautiful downtown Willow Grove, the lovely Crack Belt Productions studios. We've been going for a couple weeks, some vacations, some Sixers games. Lot going on, lot to catch up on, a lot of recent stuff happening. So let's get to it. This is Jim Marcus to my left. We got the elder statesman, Donald Kennedy Deke.
What's going on, James?
Good evening, sir. To his left, sporting the Iverson high school jersey, Smitty. What's going on?
How you doing?
Good, good. To his left, we got the
I should have
Don.
done the Razor Ramon. Hey yo.
Hey, yo.
Oh, R.I.P. Razor. That's a shame.
I like him, dude.
Yeah.
Chico.
What's going on, Donald?
What up? What's up?
To his left, we got a guest in studio with us tonight. Brian Flannery, AB. What's going on, Flan?
What's up, guys? Happy to be here.
Good to have you back. To his left, we got Andrew Martin.
So,
Sup. To his left, we got Brody Man.
What's up?
Sup. Keeping us live on the air behind the glass, we got Nate Money Moss.
Sup?
Sup. All right, our sponsors, get them out of the way. I got to get back into the swing of thing here, guys. InsurePhilly.com, up to 10 quotes in about 10 minutes. Give our guy Matt Maloney a call for all your insurance needs. We got some fine Pops whiskey. Flan, I offered you some Pops. If you want some, get a glass.
I'll get a glass.
We got some fine Pops whiskey in here. It's like always. Jason Fogg keeping us hydrated. It's a Tuesday. Mama Mia's is closed on Tuesdays, but thanks to Mama Mia's for supporting us with their wonderful food. All right, NFL free agency. The Ides of March. We are here March 15th. Free agency started today officially. 4 o'clock. Yesterday was the legal tampering.
Today. Tomorrow it starts.
Tomorrow
I thought it was today at 4.
No.
Nope.
There's
We're still in
days-
the legal tampering.
There's 2 days of tampering now? I thought
Yes.
there's only 1 day.
Yes, 2 days.
Jeez.
Tomorrow, I think at what, 3?
3 or 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Oh, all right. I thought there was only 1 day of tampering. All right, well, what do we got? We got one big move from the Eagles.
So
Big
far,
move, right?
So far.
We like it.
Huge move.
Huge move.
Yeah,
We like
right.
it?
Let's
Yeah.
get excited.
Yeah,
Huge
right.
move.
All right.
Big
What do we
move.
got?
Come on now.
Hassan Reddick,
All right.
local
Yeah.
Temple guy,
That's right.
Camden native.
23
Coming
and a half
home.
sacks. Last 2 years can rush the passer.
Right.
Him and Josh Sweat.
Well, you got your Sam, right? You got your Sam linebacker, and that's supposed to be the key to Gannon's defense. So now he's got a guy that can play, right?
You could have put him in linebacker or you want him on
He's
the
playing
edge?
D.
He's playing a little bit of both. It's a
think he's gonna be
hybrid
like a
position.
Joker
He
kind
better
of.
not screw
He
this
better
guy
not
up.
because when he moved the defensive end, AB is when he started. As a linebacker, he's horrible.
Well, I mean, he can cover the tight end a little bit. He's going to rush the passer. I mean, that's the role of that Sam
Yeah, I mean,
in that defense.
He did
right?
say he's a weapon for the Eagles. He didn't.
Oh yeah.
So that's what
He's the best linebacker on the team right now. Whether he plays linebacker or not, he's the best linebacker on the
Yeah,
team
that's
right now.
true.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad they got rid of Singleton too? In
I
one
said
false
that
swoop?
last night.
You
Him
get rid
and
of a guy.
Boston Scott. Go on. See ya.
Dude, nobody should look like a Foo Fighter roadie playing linebacker, right? I mean, get those guys out of here. No thanks.
Yeah, he was a special teamer that he played because they didn't have anybody else.
And he sucks.
Right? He did.
Right.
Stunk.
Everybody's like, he led the tackles. Yeah, because he was
Because
chasing everybody because he
Right.
sucks.
No wide receiver news yet for us anyway. They're all going. The market is drying up on wide receivers.
Yeah, because the prices are
The
so
Yeah,
prices.
I mean, like everybody's saying DJ Chark. I'm not paying him $12 million off of injury.
Can't go wrong with a DJ though.
Well, that depends how he does his hair.
That's true. He's
I
kind
think-
of not having
I still think they're a sleeper for
DJ
Robinson.
Martin, DJ Tanner.
Yeah.
I
TJ
still-
Tanner.
I think they're a
That's a
sleep-
quality
I'd rather
DJ.
have a DK though.
I think they're a sleeper for Robinson.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't. Nobody signed him yet. I mean, the teams that needed wide receivers, minus us and the Raiders, have already made their moves. So it makes sense for Robinson if the number's right.
What
I
about
like
Jarvis
Robinson.
Landry?
Jarvis Landry, yeah, that's another
They're
I
one.
still-
wouldn't mind Jarvis.
I mean,
Yep.
Juju doesn't excite me, but if you can get him cheap on a 1-year deal, he's definitely better.
He
than
doesn't go
Rager.
back to Pittsburgh, right? With
I
Trubinsky?
I don't think so. I think maybe like KC
I
or
really
But does
think
he
the
wanna come-
Steelers are going to roll with him though.
No, I don't. But
I don't
you
think
did-
they need him.
But does a wide
honestly.
receiver want to come here on a prove it deal Like
That's the concern.
with
That's what
Hurts, right? Like
Right.
you get a guy long term, you're going to pay him, but you might not be able to get a Robinson. He might be looking at it like he needs a 1-year deal and needs to kick butt to get
Well,
the
I,
next
I was
contract.
thinking you get Robinson on a multi-year deal at this point. He's not going
I
to take
think
a
that's what he's-
1-year
yeah, I
deal
don't know
at
that he's gonna take to
29.
prove it,
I just
especially
think,
being
yeah,
pretty much
um,
off for a season.
I still think they're going to draft another wide receiver in the first round. I do.
I hope not.
I mean, there's some good ones out there.
You think a
Like
Dotson?
I like no, I like
Dotson?
I like the kid from Arkansas, Trayvon
the
Burks.
big-
Like
the
he
big
can do
dude.
it all.
He's
like
a big dude.
yeah, he's a big dude, and they also think that he can design runs. Kind of. I don't want to say Debo, but they're saying like
Kinda
that's
Debo.
how they're.
Oh, I
that's how
would
he
Draft a
views.
linebacker
like
and
Debo,
complete
I'll
the
take it.
defense.
Well, you got 3 picks. That's what I'm saying.
I
If
know.
you can't trade, I agree with you. Like, there's wide receivers out there. Like, if what's his name from Ridley didn't bet, he's an Eagle.
Yeah, and they
100%.
said that the Eagles were hard
So,
looking at him
like,
and talking to Atlanta
DK
about him.
Metcalf's available, right? Like, I think
It's not-
Seattle
it's
will
not out
move
there
him.
that he is, but
I mean, I think
he.
I mean, yeah.
I think how he's looking at these numbers for receivers, and you heard that he was in on Christian Kirk, and then it got too expensive for him.
Yep.
I don't know that he wants to pay, so I think you're
What,
going
like
to
a
see looking at
Pascal
the.
from
Well,
Indianapolis.
you might get like a second tier, third tier wide receiver, but if you're looking for a splash, I think he's going to look for a trade. You got DK, you got Michael
Who else is
Thomas.
available via trade?
Laviska Chenault has
Chenault.
also been thrown around.
Doug Peterson is not. They're not doing business with the Eagles. I
If
told
they
you
get-
that.
If they get something nice in return, they'll do
I don't
it.
think so.
Nah, you get him
I
out
don't
of the
think so.
conference.
It's not bad blood between them.
No,
I don't-
Really?
you fired a Super Bowl winning quarterback or coach.
Yeah, you don't.
He resigned. It was
Just-
a mutual.
No, he
Oh,
didn't
get
fire-
that, dude.
yeah.
Come on.
He said
I'm
it's
just
me
saying.
or Howie. That's
Do
how
you-
that went down.
I think it was.
You don't think it was mutual?
I
do you?
think
Howie
it-
goes
no.
or I go.
No, I think it was a collaboration between Jeff and Howie that they wanted to run the show a little bit more and have a little more influence on the team and what the team was doing on the field. And Doug didn't care for that.
That's fine.
Yeah,
They
You think
built the
Doug-
Super Bowl roster. Doug just
I'm gonna tell you right now,
Yeah.
Doug's gonna do a hell of a job in Jacksonville.
No,
You
he's
already-
not.
Yeah,
That
I think
owner
he
can't
is.
get out of his way.
Dude,
No
Dude,
way.
look at who they signed. They rebuilt the line.
but-
Trevor
but-
Lawrence
but-
is. Look at all the weapons they have for Lawrence now.
yeah, but I
And-
love Doug. I'm forever grateful what he did here, and I don't mean to talk bad on the guy, but what's his record aside from one season?
That he
Three
won.
playoffs.
He made the playoffs
Dude,
3
how
out of 5
bad-
years.
how bad was
He
the
got us a
division?
ring.
And
How
let-
bad
and
was
let's
the
get
division?
And he
Yo,
got us a ring.
Wait a
I
minute.
said
There's
I'm
a
not trying to
statue of him
No,
outside
the-
the
the-
How
stadium.
bad was the division?
Doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
matter.
What are you talking about,
They
dude?
went in as an underdog in every
I know,
playoff game.
I'm talking about every playoff run he had. How
If,
bad
if
was the
Jeffries
division?
doesn't tip that ball in
They're
the
going to
playoffs,
Super
they're
Bowl
going back
again.
to the Super Bowl again.
Right.
Yeah, but they won a
And
division.
guess what?
with,
Frank Reich this year
It
showed
doesn't
he
matter.
wasn't-
Look at the
9 or
divisions that
whatever it was.
look at the divisions that Andy Reid had to play with. Look at the divisions that the Patriots had to play with. They
Sure.
were both
Dude,
garbage
Jacksonville's the
divisions.
next
Very
big
good point.
thing in that
Yeah.
division.
The Patriots won.
But they were playing in a garbage division
But
for
they won
years.
Super Bowls and they won the
They were
playoffs.
guaranteed
The window-
6 wins every year. From,
Archbishop Bryan could beat the Jets in some of those years.
That might listen. The window for Jacksonville now to in that division has possibility because Tennessee, I figure they got 1 or 2 years left of good Henry, right?
Owner.
Indianapolis
that owner
doesn't
is-
have a quarterback,
That owner is a disaster.
He wants to move them over to
Snyder
London.
of the
Yeah.
city.
No.
dude. If he can figure out Trevor Lawrence, they're gonna be pretty good.
They got to hope that Urban Meyer didn't screw him up too much.
Or that he can actually play. I mean,
How
I
often
think
did we
we-
complain about Doug's play calling?
I think I don't know that I'm with you on the Doug
Who's
part.
the
as far as-
offensive
I think you
coordinator
guys
there?
are giving Doug too much
That's
credit.
what
for
I'm saying.
for Jacksonville right
hold
now.
on.
Yeah.
I think if the GM in Jacksonville says I'm
Isn't it-
trading Chenault and I'm trading him to the best deal, I don't care if he's going to
Right.
Philly. Doug's not going to be able to say no.
Yeah.
Who is
What
it? Trent
what has
Baalke
Doug,
now?
what has Doug done to have any set besides
there
winning
now?
the Super Bowl? I
Yeah.
get it. I get
that's
it.
a big besides.
But
He's the only
seriously.
freaking coach in franchise history to win a
For the
goddamn
Eagles.
trophy,
But like,
and you're gonna sit there and like,
There's
No,
only
I'm
like
not trying to
Super
talk
Bowl
bad on
trophy,
him, but I
not
know
a trophy.
I know
dude,
it's-
Super
the
Bowl
1960 trophy doesn't
It's a-
count. 'cause
Yes,
Ben-
it does.
Ben
I
Merrick
know it-
sat on the
I know
player
it
until the
sounds
game was
bad,
over.
but
that's
I'm
a pretty
saying about him,
exclusive
but-
club. There's
Right.
only 40-some coaches that
And
have
not
won
only
a Super
that, they
Bowl.
beat Tom
No,
Brady.
not even that many.
It's got to be 40-some. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh, you
Okay.
got to say
Take
Belichick.
out- take out how
Belichick's
many
got
Belichick
6 or
won.
7,
Okay.
right?
How
And
many
then-
Super Bowl? What Super Bowl are we on this year?
Well, 54.
50,
Well,
50,
Tomlin's
Okay.
won a
It'll be
few.
55.
Yeah,
And you
Six.
figure
probably
so.
36.
There's probably about
35.
42 or so Super Bowl winning
Not-
coaches.
No,
No.
35, I'd say, right? Because then a lot. Dude, Bill Cowher won multiple Super Bowls.
Bill Cowher
right?
won one.
Okay, Tomlin. Did
The
Tomlin
other,
win?
Tomlin
no,
won
the other
two.
Steelers, the
Oh,
old
two, that's
Greasy
two.
Neal.
Yeah.
Jimmy
Tomlin has
Johnson.
two. Jimmy Johnson has two. Chuck Noll has
Shula.
four.
R-
Shula
Walsh.
has one.
How many does Walsh have?
Joe Gibbs,
Yeah.
Joe Gibbs has
Walsh.
three.
Bill
Okay.
Walsh.
How about
Bill
the,
Walsh
Walsh
has
four.
four.
How about the Giants coach, Tom Coughlin?
Tom Coughlin has two. Bill Parcells has two.
There you go. You're
Other
almost
than-
at
no, no, no.
35. You do the math.
Quick
No,
math.
you're not. That's 10 guys. So
Where'd
you're
you
down
go
to
to high
45.
Dude, there's more.
Kennedy Kenrick.
You didn't have no sister out.
How many did,
KCHS, baby.
How
when,
many?
when the
did-
Steelers won like four.
Chuck Noll.
Chuck
how
Noll.
many he win?
Four.
And how many Landry win?
Three, I believe.
That's
How many
already
Doug-
at 7.
Doug won one, right?
Doug
There you
won
go.
one.
How many Parcells?
I got the
Yes.
answer right here. There have been 56 Super Bowls played so
35.
far, won by a total of 35 head coaches.
Oh, man. Damn. Say that again.
Wow, Deke actually quick on the trigger here. Would you update your phone or something?
I
He
didn't
got
need.
the new iOS.
Damn, I did my math
All
right.
right.
Thank you, Archbishop Wood.
All right, where were we at?
We're-
Receivers?
See,
Wide
Brody,
receivers?
this is
All
what
right.
I'm talking about.
Wide
We got a
receiver.
roadmap, and then we go that way.
So there's OBJ. Anybody interested in OBJ?
Yes.
It's another name
Yes.
out there.
No.
Why
If you're
would you
talking
not
about a
He
do
guy
did
that?
not play at all this year.
But he's another guy. If you're talking about a one-year guy, I
He
feel
had
like
a pretty
he's
good role
he's a
in the Super
mercenary
Bowl.
now.
Who's
Just-
available?
He's got
Who's
hurt, he might
available
not
via
play
trade?
this year.
Who is available via
That's
trade? That we
true. I
heard?
forgot about
Uh,
the injury. Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
DK Michael Thomas isn't happening.
Rumors?
If they trade for
Yeah, if they
Deshaun
trade for
Watson,
Watson,
they're not doing
They're
it.
not trading him. Yeah.
Carolina has some guys available, right?
But if they trade for
DJ
Watson,
Moore,
they're not going to
Yeah.
trade. They're not.
Well,
Gonna,
I'm saying whatever team doesn't, maybe somebody becomes
But
available.
Matt
Sounds like
Rule-
a
but Matt
between-
Rule
it's
needs
between
to
the
win.
Panthers
Who else
and-
is available
but
via trade?
Matt Rule needs to win.
He can win.
I know, but he's not going to
That's
start
a
trading
Temple guy you're
receivers. He's
talking
on.
It
about.
is a Temple guy that left Temple because he said,
Yeah.
he wanted to find Jesus
Well,
at Baylor.
Well, no, he couldn't.
And then he's going to bring in a guy that
No,
said,
he didn't say that. did
yes,
he?
he did. Yes.
I didn't know. I didn't-
Jesus called him the Baylor.
I
Matt
thought-
Rule said that?
Yes.
Is it the
I
same-
don't
the same
recall
Jesus that called Carson to go to
I think
Washington?
I think
Well-
$25 million
Yeah, I
called
was
his
gonna
ass.
say,
down.
I
God,
thought
God
nothing
told
could make
Reggie
him
White to go
leave.
to Green Bay
He did.
I never
Nothing could
forgave
make him
Reggie
leave
White
for
for that.
and $17 million.
I never- I
Smitty
never
doesn't have him
forgave
in his
Reggie
top
White.
5 Eagles ever because of that.
I
was,
actually kind of agree with Smitty.
Stop.
I love
Reggie
Reggie.
not in the top five.
Come
I know
on.
he is, but you know what though?
Come
I never
on.
forgave him for it. It was such a. If you would have just said I wanted to take the money, and I wanted to go win a
Who
Super Bowl,
cares?
I would have been fine. God called me. God
Yeah.
doesn't give a rat's ass.
no, he doesn't.
And if you've been to
cares?
Green Bay,
God likes Green
God
Bay.
sure as heck didn't create it because it's a hole. All
He's
right.
a big cheese man. He might love cheese. You don't know that.
No, God
Loves
had
dirt
God
now.
could care less where Reggie White or anyone else plays professional sports.
Correct.
You sure about that?
Except for Carson
Positive.
Wentz.
I've spoken to him recently.
Except for
All
Carson Wentz.
Yes, Carson
Have
is
fun in
on his
Washington.
third failure.
Did you
God.
see that interview with Rob Motti that he was talking? The quote was he was kind of like, well, wherever I end up, it's in God's hands. It's not about football. I'm a servant, blah, blah, blah. And listen, I don't want to knock anybody of faith, but it's like, hey, dude, you're a quarterback.
Yeah.
You have a struggling fan base that wants a quarterback, and this is where you're at.
Hold on, you're telling me. Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm not perfect. I'm a Christian man, and I go where God tells me to go.
Mhm.
I do what God tells me to do. I felt like he led me here to Baylor.
That's Matt Rule.
Oh, that's Matt Rule. I thought that was Carson
Well,
Wentz.
Oh,
he
that's,
said
I
that
thought it was
nothing
Carson too, because
changed.
Carson said basically the
Yeah,
same
Yes, he
thing.
did.
exactly. They all say it in certain words. They all say the same thing.
Matt Rule said he would never leave those kids at Temple.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
correct.
right. I wouldn't sell my
And
soul.
what,
Thank you.
A month later, he was gone.
Right.
Well, then he
Yeah.
walked out when he walked out at 7-Eleven at North Broad Street at 7 o'clock at night, decided I'm out of here. Come on.
Matt Rule will be gone after Carolina. Matt Rule, if Franklin left, when he was going to
Yeah, I
be the
know,
UFC,
I know.
Matt Rule was leaving to go to Penn State.
Franklin can go.
Right,
please.
but then you can get Matt
Who
Rule.
would you rather have at Penn State, Matt Rule or James Franklin?
Franklin right now, because I've never seen Matt Rule be able to
Really?
recruit at that level that he did.
What?
What, at Temple he recruited?
Yeah, he made a top 10 team.
Got lucky with a couple guys.
Oh, dude,
Stop.
stop. Come on.
he did.
You got to
Son
ride.
Reddick, a
Come
2-star. He got
on,
lucky.
dude.
You got to ride with Franklin at this point.
He's just
Thank
pissed.
you.
They beat Penn State that year.
One time,
That's all.
Deke.
It's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all
Okay,
that
They
matters.
That's
got him one
fine.
time.
That's
Christian
cool.
Sackenberg. That dude stunk.
So wide
Yeah.
receivers.
So wide
Yeah,
receivers, we're done with the wide
sorry.
receivers.
KJ Hamler, second round, Penn
Oh,
State.
God. He just got cut.
You just love these Penn Staters.
Yeah, serious.
Look at
that
the
dude can't
track
stay on
record of
the
the
field.
The receivers are good. I
recently.
I know.
KJ Hamler would have been a great pick for the Eagles.
But he can't stay on the field. That's why he just got cut.
Did he get cut?
Yeah.
KJ Hamler for the Broncos?
Yes, they cut him.
No, you're thinking the other guy.
Who? What other Penn Stater on the Broncos?
The dude that
I'll bet
Deshaun.
money right now.
It's not KJ Hamler.
Deshaun Hamilton.
Yes, thank you.
Hamler, not KJ Hamler. Deshaun
Yeah.
Hamilton.
Mike
All right.
Gesicki's been good. They've had some good offensive
Sorry.
options.
Gesicki just signed a big contract.
Yeah, right.
He just signed his friend.
He just signed it for Bora
Robinson.
Bora, right?
Yeah,
On his
you see
honeymoon.
that?
I
Yeah.
saw that.
Allen
Very nice.
Robinson's been good. So, Penn State. I like the two kids from Ohio State.
Are they
Olave.
new? Are they new wide receiver? You?
No.
All right, defense. We got the edge rusher.
That's it.
Still need a. There's
Need
still
safety.
a
We need
couple
safety.
You need
We need
playmakers.
linebacker.
They need,
Safety and a
playmakers.
corner opposite Slay.
They have some pretty big name linebackers out there to look at. I would be happy
Miles
with
Jack.
I'd be happy with Miles Jack.
I'd
or
give Miles
Bobby
Jack a call.
Wagner.
He's the youngest of the crew that's available, right? You got
26.
Miles Jack, Bobby
Yeah.
Wagner, Zadarius Smith.
Jordan Hicks
Um,
signed with the
Alex
Vikings.
Singleton.
Did he?
He just signed.
Oh, Singleton's available?
Yeah.
Nice.
You can
Should
bring
send
him back.
Anthony Barr. He's a little older though, isn't he? Yeah. I was hoping that Marcus Williams was another guy that they were on for the safety. Apparently
got
they were
overpaid.
in
I
on
was
the
fine
bidding
with
and they
not
got
taking
outbid
him.
for him.
I was
Really?
fine with not.
How about
taking
Honey
him.
Badger, man?
I'd be in on him.
What's the
A lot of tread on those tires.
Yeah, and
Was he
that's I
29?
agree. I don't.
I think he's 30.
I
but
don't.
he's
I
a
don't
lot of tread
understand
on
the
those
big
tires.
fuss with Tyron.
I like the guy from the Jets.
I'm fine with Harrison McLeod coming back. I really would be.
McLeod I'm fine with, but I
Why?
need the
What-
upgrade.
What was so bad with them?
Actually,
I
there's some
think
good
because-
safeties in the
I
draft,
think
too.
when you get some pressure on the quarterback,
Yeah,
it's going to change what these
exactly.
guys do.
That's
you know?
why, yeah,
It
I
always
agree.
does.
I
Yeah.
agree.
And that's where they
How many-
didn't get any
But
pressure.
see,
They had
that's
zero
Pressure on the
last
quarterback makes the backfield
Exactly.
so much
But
better.
they
That's
had
why the-
zero of it last year. And they
Right.
still held up.
And
pretty
that's
and,
why
and linebackers would help that too.
Yeah.
Yes.
the Eagles need to draft another pass rusher at 15, 16, or 19.
They draft
This is
another
a huge
linebacker,
year
too.
and a linebacker.
Yes.
So if they're going to keep
Yeah.
all three picks, it should be a linebacker, a pass rusher,
And a D tackle.
and then D tackle.
I like
They
that.
just got
They're gonna
Milton
need
Williams
one.
last
Milton
year.
Williams.
They're gonna need one.
Looks like
They're going to
gonna
need
need
one.
But
Fletch
I
is
think,
washed.
I think
Yeah.
you
Fletch
could go
is washed.
Well, they're
safety.
talking about trading Fletch.
Fletch's name's been thrown around in the
Yeah.
You
trade
can go
bill.
safety, cornerback, wide receiver, best player available at that point in
I
the
don't-
first round.
I don't know what you're going to get for Fletch.
You're
know,
not
at this
you're
point.
going to
get
probably
cap.
get a second
You-
round
you
pick.
Right, but I don't know
cap
that a
relief.
team.
Yeah,
I don't
no
know that-
more than a second.
I don't
But
know that a
that's-
team's going to do. I think a team just kind of waits you out and says, you know what, we'll wait till you cut
Cut
him.
'em.
They
Yeah,
won't
I
cut
think
him.
I think a second.
I don't
is
think they will
high.
either.
I don't even think you
But-
get a
They
second.
can't
No.
cut him because of the
No.
dead money.
Yeah, they won't cut him. I don't think
No.
they'll trade him.
And they're
either.
going to need that
No,
rotation.
I think he stayed. I agree. with you.
Really? I
I
think
agree
he's
with
getting traded
It's just too much dead money. I think
because
No.
then they're going to
trade
pay
him.
Hargraves. That's what I think.
I thought they already paid hard.
Yeah,
A
he's paid.
3-year deal. He's up after this year. This is his third year.
coming up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the draft is deep. So, I mean, we all know what that boy Davis looks like from Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah. Well, everybody's salivating over
Yeah,
him.
is he going to be there at 15?
He probably
Absolutely.
will. Yeah.
you think he'll be there at 15?
Absolutely.
I don't
If
think
he's
the
there,
Lions-
if he's there, you take him. No, I don't care what else is on your board. You take him. He's a freak athlete.
I think like the top
can't-
like
you
5,
can't
6
Teach that.
is all linemen, right? Like it doesn't sound like any of these quarterbacks are going to go that
No.
high. There's not. There might be
Pickett-
a
Pickett
corner,
might sneak in.
Corner's going to go
but it's
high.
going to be kind of a
Some-
boring draft at the
Sauce
beginning.
Gardner.
Jim, you know someone's going to. You know what's going to happen. Someone will take a quarterback,
And then
Top
start a little
10.
run.
and then
right,
it'll start.
whoever
Then
New
someone
Orleans or
else will take.
Carolina doesn't get it or taking a quarterback.
Then someone else will take a quarterback. It's bound to happen. It snowballs.
Maybe the safety from Notre Dame will fall. Because I haven't heard a lot about him. If he falls at 15, they got to take him.
Yeah, people
Or
keep
Stingley
hoping
from
he
LSU.
falls. I don't think he falls though.
Mm.
I hope he falls, but I don't think he does.
I mean, a lot of those teams that are in that top echelon just signed safeties. Now the Saints might take them.
Did the Jets sign one? Safety?
Yeah, they just signed. The dude from the Bucks, Whitehead, Jordan
Yeah.
Whitehead.
Oh, okay.
Does anybody think that they would actually take a linebacker?
Yeah,
Just knowing
Dude.
their history?
I
mean-
think that they will because of what the impact they saw in Parsons. Kind of like what they
Devin
did.
Lloyd,
the year,
Kobe Dean, they're both going to be there, right?
I don't think Lloyd will be there. I think you got a shot at Dean.
You do have a shot at Dean.
I also
take him
think
as
you
one of
could
those-
get. What about the kid from Alabama in the second round too? Christian Harris.
Yep.
There's a couple from.
He's lighting the ass though.
Well, I
Or if you got big guys
You
up
can,
front,
you can beef them up.
Yeah, Deke will beat him up if he's lighting the ass.
Can you beef him up?
No,
I don't think that
Deke-
works out around
If
here
he's
too
lighting
well.
the ass, Deke will take care of him.
We
It'll
beefed
be
up
good.
Chris Gokong, and that didn't work out so well.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
Who was the other?
Davion Taylor?
Matt Ware.
McCoy.
Matt Ware.
Oh, Matt Ware. That's
Matt McCoy, wasn't he the other one who was drafted
Matt
right around?
McCoy, yeah.
Go Con.
who knows? Maybe Temple, Sean Bradley starts with us.
Yeah. No thanks.
So you think wide receiver in the first round? I heard a couple
I
of you
think
guys say that. You
I think it's I don't know. It depends who's there. If the top wide receiver falls to 15, yeah, they're going to take him.
I think we need to prepare ourselves, and I've heard it said on the radio,
The
they're going to
trade.
trade one of
Yeah.
these picks.
I think so too.
And
For
I,
next year first.
Yes.
and I think like we were
I hope it's
talking on the
19
way
then.
up,
And another asset, right? You're going to get something else for doing that.
You would hope.
It
Yeah,
really
you-
wouldn't surprise
have
me
to.
if they
Could you
take
get-
all three.
If they take all three, then that tells you that which we're not going to like. A lot of us at the table. That tells me that they're not going
Hurts is
after
here.
a
They're
they're
quarterback.
not doing anything.
I
right?
think I think it's smart, like you said. I think you got to have ammo in case it doesn't work with Hurts this year. You
That's
have
why
to
I
make a
think-
move
It's not going to work with her.
I think they're gonna. It's a copycat league,
unless
right?
they go Malik.
So they'll draft, I think, a lot of players, and then they might buy it. I mean, the reason why the Chargers can do what they're doing now is because Herbert's on a rookie deal.
Correct.
right, that's how
So-
the Eagles got so good with
Yeah,
Wentz. They
so,
went
I
out and
mean-
bought while he was on a rookie deal.
I don't.
Well, Herbert ain't Hurts, dude.
Right.
Hurts ain't Herbert.
I mean, the way this division is like looking, like the Eagles really might win the division. Like our division is trash. Like the Cowboys fell off, man. Like they might be the worst in the division.
Really? Their defense is still nasty.
Yeah.
They're still pretty good.
As much as I'd love to say that, I don't know.
I don't know about
I
that.
don't know.
They
Watch
lost
out
a
for the
lot
Commanders and
offensive.
Wentz.
The
Commanders.
Giants are bad.
Giants are bad. They just
They
signed
did Tyrod
they
Taylor.
signed Tyrod.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
that.
They're
I
going
was
to
like,
trade
dude,
Saquon too. I heard too.
I don't know why they would do that. I mean,
If they're
He's
rebuilding,
washed up.
I guess
get
but
something
no,
for him
he's not
now.
They
washed
ran
up.
him into the ground.
He's in the league 3 years. He's not
and
washed.
they ran him into
And
the
he got
ground.
hurt too.
Yeah, I know.
what they do in free agency is going to dictate what they do in the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
The
Eagles?
Eagles, yeah. If they get a solid wide receiver, free agency, I don't think they're going to waste a pick on one.
Well, who do you
Not a
consider
high-
solid? If it's a
high pick.
1 year deal for like a Juju Smith-Schuster, you can still draft. It's only 1 year.
Well,
He's gonna
somebody
get,
like
he's gonna
him,
get more
yeah.
than one.
But
But-
if
Juju's going to get more. Than
No,
one.
they said he wants a 1 year. Prove it.
Receivers don't want to come here.
No, not with this quarterback.
not with
Not
Hurts.
with Hurts
I
No.
mean,
because
Calvin Ridley wanted to come here. So
well, that's because they were
Well,
going
that's
to pay
because
him.
it was a
out,
trade.
Yeah, and then we're going to pay him.
I don't know how
Notice-
you can say that because we don't know yet. Who
No receiver
comes
They
here.
know.
Would probably
He's
No.
slow getting the
not
ball
take
out
him.
because he doesn't have the arm strength.
But
It just is what
so
it
you
is.
think DJ Chark would rather? I don't think the Eagles want to pay him $12 million. You think he wants to go with Jared Goff?
Um,
Come
Chark
on.
signed already, didn't he? Didn't Chark
But that's what I'm
sign?
saying.
that,
No,
he's
no,
going
yeah.
after the money there. It's a little different.
Right. They're
guy,
but the
dude,
Eagles aren't going to pay.
hate
That's
to
the
say it, I'd
problem.
take Goff over Hurts.
Mm.
Goff's been to a Super Bowl. Sorry.
Yeah, where he scored 0 points.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think you're
true,
going to
but-
want a receiver come here on a
I wouldn't mind.
try it deal.
I wouldn't
on a
mind
prove it
Clark.
deal.
I
For
don't
1 year.
think the Eagles want to pay right now what that market is. I don't think it's that nobody wants to come here. I think if the Eagles offered Christian Kirk $18 million, you think he probably would come
Well,
here.
they wisely did.
Right. That's
He
what I'm
doesn't make
saying.
mistakes though, like that, right? He doesn't overpay.
Right.
Still, he's
Usually
just
not.
smart.
I mean, yeah.
He's
So
smart
that's
that
what I'm
regard.
saying. Like if I don't know.
Like when he makes a splash, the splash usually
like if you can
works.
get Robinson for like 4 years at $10 million a year, $20 million guaranteed,
I don't know
that's a
if you're
no-brainer. That's $10 million a
Yeah,
year
but I
for
don't
2
think you're
years.
getting that looking at these numbers.
Nope.
These other guys are getting it.
Robinson knows that this is the last contract, so guaranteed money is going to be key. to
Smitty
him.
wants Bitcoin at $12,000. It ain't gonna happen.
How much do you think Robinson's going to get after last year?
About 15.
Get the hell out of
I
here.
agree with Nate. It's
15 million
Look at
after
the
What did
market.
Kirk do?
Yeah.
What did
It-
Kirk
Kirk's
do?
numbers against Robinson are a lot better. Robinson,
But I
had,
mean, if we're talking $12 million a year for Clark,
Yep.
right, coming off a fractured ankle,
Yep.
what do you think Robinson's going to get?
I don't think
The ceiling's
do you
higher.
think Robinson's going to get a lot? 15?
I would think
He's
so,
getting
with the
more
way
than
the
10.
market is.
He's definitely getting more than 10.
I'm saying if it's 10 million per with guaranteed money. So if you give him a 4-year deal, but you're guaranteeing him
You're not
20 to
giving him a
25,
4-year deal,
you're
though.
only giving in essence it's a 2-year $25 million.
No wonder why the
deal.
Philadelphia school district is broke. You're making budgets? I mean, jeez.
That's what they want, the guaranteed money.
Yeah, they like, and that's what the agents like too. The
Right.
guaranteed money up
right.
front.
So if he gets 2 years at 25, that's 2 years at 12.5 million. You don't think he considers that?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's 25 million. in
I
his
think
pocket.
his market's more like 15 because he's going to come here thinking he's the one.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he probably goes to Vegas because they need one probably.
And then he goes there thinking he's the one too.
Well, he
You know what I
would
mean?
be the one there.
Would he be the one
The
here?
other one killed somebody.
Would he be a one here?
He did. Right?
Yeah,
I guess he's the one for next year.
He would be the one here, right?
Yeah,
Do
for
you,
next year.
Do you think
See
he's
what
the one?
Devontae does.
No.
I mean, I don't think he is,
Devontae is your
but
number
him
one.
coming here.
Dude, Robinson had 38 catches for 410 yards last year.
I know.
Yeah, but
And
how
one
many games did he?
touchdown.
How many games did he play though? He only played like 6 games, I think, right?
No, he
Yeah,
played more
and they
than
had
that.
a rotating QB
Yep.
out there. Which
And is there any
Dalton
chance
He's
that-
28.
Is there any chance that Ridley?
He played 12
Somehow-
games last year.
Is there any chance that Ridley appeals
That's what I was
and
thinking
gets it
too.
reduced? Because
I think it's
you
ridiculous.
see the outrage over it.
I
You
heard
see
there's
the
more.
players
They're
speaking
saying
up
that there's
and-
more that he might have done.
Oh yeah. I
Oh,
got-
is there?
Yes, that's
I-
what
no,
Kate
I thought you meant
said.
there's more players that
No,
were betting.
Going
'Cause
off
I'm
what-
sure there are.
Going
Sure
off
there
what
are.
Smitty
Oh, yeah.
said, I
Jalen
heard that
Hurts
it
did.
might
I
go
know
on
that's what
the
you're hoping.
suspension.
It goes back to the money. Once you start messing around with the money of the owners, they're going to do everything in their power to stop what you're doing, and they're going to suspend you.
Let me throw.
But he's not messing with the owners, buddy.
Yes, he is because
How?
he's
He's not playing in games he's betting
Let me
on.
explain. It doesn't matter.
Oh, here comes the Pete Rose theory.
Wait a minute, dude. He
Once the
wasn't
general
even
public
freaking playing.
Gets an inkling of
Dude.
games being thrown or fixed, they're done.
So then maybe they shouldn't
Stop.
hire
He
people
wasn't-
to like.
seriously, he wasn't
marketing.
I think the NFL,
Dude,
right?
the
I don't
NFL's
think
full of
games are
shit.
fixed, but
No,
everybody. Hold
But
on.
when players are
Dude,
betting,
didn't they just hire somebody to big
Every-
position
whether they're
for
betting
gambling?
on their team or not,
Dick, they're putting the
You-
spread. They're talking
No.
about the spreads openly. That was faux pas 10 years ago.
I
There's a
think
Fox
let
bet
me-
lounge
let
at the
me-
bottom
let me
of the
say
league.
this.
What's the
Let
difference
me
of
say
them
this.
playing fantasy
I
football?
agree that
But they
the
all play
punishment is
fantasy
harsh and
football.
this and that. I'm just giving you the owner's point of view.
After Deflategate and
Owners
all
don't
this,
give a
I've
shit.
come to accept there is a level of Vince McMahon WWE fuckery that goes on with the NFL.
NWO Wolfpack.
Right? It happens.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
but
agree.
If you think these games
I
are
don't,
pure,
I don't think it affects the outcome of
the
games.
other, the other thing is too.
some of these bad calls and everything
Yeah,
else,
what?
you don't think there's a buzzer that Goodell
yeah,
has?
there's replay.
all
Hold on.
kinds-
The,
The replay's up in New York.
the other thing Kincaid
what's
said
New York
today was that Ridley like quit on the team, openly quit, and like then the league started to like
Oh, kinda
dig
like
into
Ben-
him
kinda like
because
Ben
he's getting
Simmons?
paid. No, kind of like what Gruden, right? Like when he did it, like they started digging in on Ridley, looking for something.
Well, they
It's
should
kind of
dig.
what
They should
Kincaid
dig in
said.
on half of these characters.
Right,
mean,
I agree with you.
Jerry Jones just came out with
Right.
an illegitimate daughter, and
Right.
there's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah,
There's
how,
a lot more there.
That's
you
not
go.
the
How
inte-
does-
that doesn't
when you're
affect the
talking about
integrity of the game.
punishments,
Is what I'm talking about.
how does Daniel Snyder and Jerry Jones still own an NFL team?
Well, I don't think Jerry Jones has done anything worthy of losing his team.
What? He kept a guy employed that was filming cheerleaders and also a guy that was taking pictures of his own daughter.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't hear that.
This
I
dude
didn't-
was
I
taking
didn't know-
upskirt
I thought that-
pictures
I
of
thought that was-
Jerry's daughter, and Jerry employed him for a number of years
Okay.
afterwards.
You're speaking of something that I was not aware of.
Yeah.
Pee Wee Herman style.
I just have an I
Yes.
just have an issue because Goodell comes out and talks about the integrity of the league,
The shield.
but yet all this other shit goes
Oh, yeah.
on. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Domestic
Like
Yes.
Tyreek Hill, oh, you can beat the shit
Yes.
out of your kid, and
Yes.
we're not even going to suspend
Yes.
you. We're just going to award
Well,
you a new
Well,
contract.
well, look at
How did Lawrence Phillips ever get drafted?
look at the NFL, right? Unless it's on camera, right? Ray Rice is the example. If
And
they didn't have
too.
him on camera, he would have
Yeah.
kept playing.
Dude, what about Mixon? He was on camera.
Yeah, and
He
they
didn't
let
even
that
get a
go- he didn't
suspension.
get a suspension, right?
Well,
Yeah.
it was when he was
He
out
was
of the
a-
NFL.
Who
You know,
cares?
Donald
He was in
Sterling
college.
lost ownership of his team for bad language.
I'm going to tell you right now, they're not going to suspend Deshaun Watson.
Well, I
either.
don't know if I would call it
No,
bad.
I
language.
think Watson.
They're
gets
not
It's a
gonna
lot deeper
suspend
than
Deshaun
bad
Watson.
language.
Deshaun
Yeah, but I
Wa-
mean, he didn't do anything like Jerry Jones or Daniel Snyder did.
Yeah, but when you bring race into it, you're owning a team of African American players,
Agreed.
and you're going to be
Agreed.
a bigot.
Agreed.
There's no
Wait a minute.
place.
Agreed.
We're talking about integrity.
But why does he get?
Well, it's
Why does
different.
he
It's a different
lose his
league.
team?
Because I think the NBA.
If you're talking about a morals clause,
because I think the NBA actually does a much better job of policing itself.
yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
than the NFL.
And
yeah,
they're,
even if you
able
look-
to, right, I
Even if
agree.
you look at the NBA for years,
They got rid
they've
of-
had equal opportunity for everyone. They've
sure.
They got rid
employed
of
African
Sterling
American
with the
coaches.
Clippers.
Yes, I agree
African-American
100%.
So it's a different league.
Listen,
You can't
I-
compare the two.
I don't
NFL is shady,
Right,
shady,
right.
Yeah,
shady.
And I don't
Because
even-
and there's a lot more money involved.
I don't even have
Yeah.
an issue as much with Jerry Jones as I do that scumbag in Washington. Look
Look
at all
at
the
those
shit he's been
scumbags.
doing with women. Daniel Snyder.
Yeah,
Nothing's
they're both
done.
scumbags.
They're still protecting all the
Yes.
stuff that should come out about
Yes.
that team.
Yeah.
But they're going to get on Calvin
How-
Ridley for betting on a game when he wasn't even playing. So we're going to suspend you for a year. But meanwhile, In
It's
Washington,
all built on a house of cards.
Wait,
Yeah.
Oh,
meanwhile,
Gruden's going to rip it all down. It's
Meanwhile,
coming.
in Washington,
No, he's not. Gruden's not going to.
I hope he does.
Mm,
You don't think women have
he's
been
filed
sexually
quite a few
assaulted with
lawsuits
Snyder?
and everything.
Come on.
You watch.
Those women down
dude,
in Washington and what Snyder's done, that's why all that shit hasn't come out. But he wants to talk about integrity of betting.
I think the
bullshit.
It's the whole. I don't even want to point at different owners and this and that. Just the hypocrisy of the gambling thing is every friggin' team is sponsored by
Yes.
a book now.
Yep.
And there's
A
multiple
book.
books.
Yeah,
Yep.
I said there's a Fox Bet
Right.
Lounge in the bottom of the link.
Yes.
The players walk right past it going into the game
Yes,
every
Jim,
day.
For
they
the
pushed a
longest
lot. They went
time-
from just being fantasy, right? Like
Yep.
DraftKings and
Yeah.
what
The red
FanDuel
zone
and
stuff. They started
FanDuel
to
and stuff
dip
like
their
that
toes in.
to fully just we're in now.
Yeah.
They're in bed with them.
Oh yeah.
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 And for the longest time, there were no teams in Vegas for a reason.
Mhm.
Correct.
And now all of a sudden, that's the hot place to go.
Which is looking to be a nightmare.
Yeah,
These guys
it's-
keep
it's
getting in bad trouble.
bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There should never have been a team in Vegas
Well,
for
there
any
should-
sport.
There should be.
I
but
mean-
you can't have the betting. If you're going to be in LA and South Beach and all these other towns, they can get in trouble wherever they are.
But see,
Or they could have made it like a Super Bowl
the NFL
destination every
endorses
few years.
betting.
Just
They make
just for
so
that.
much money off of it. Like,
I know.
I can understand. Fine, you want to give them like 2 games for betting on your
I
own
agree.
team. Fine, 2 games. Fine.
Right.
A
now,
season.
now the integrity thing should have came in if he threw a game. If he purposely dropped
He
the
wasn't
ball.
even
wasn't
playing.
even playing. That's
but
my thing.
Cade said it was more about the fact that he basically said like, "F you, Atlanta. I'm done here."
But
And
Ben Simmons
Atlanta
just
had-
did that and forced
But
the trade.
Atlanta had to pay him, right? Like the Sixers were able to do something.
They
Atlanta
didn't have
could
to
do.
pay him. They could have cut him.
He played well. They still have to owe money. They still would have
he
paid
brings-
Simmons.
Well, no. I'm saying
Depends on the moral
the
clause.
Falcons could have cut him and cut their
Like
losses.
they did to Keyshawn years
Yeah.
ago.
or TO or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, but he played the mental health card. So
If, but
And
if-
the
if-
$1,500 to him too is like $5 to us.
Yes.
if
That's
you-
the other thing. Like if he was betting, if he was like Barkley rolling in and just
Yes.
getting $10,000 markers.
but
every
why would he
10
bet
minutes,
under his
you
own
know?
freaking name? How stupid are you, dude?
Because he didn't think he was doing anything wrong. It actually tells you that he thought what he was doing was okay.
You think he didn't? Come on.
Why
Now
else
that's
would
where
he
I'm
use their
gonna.
name? He even said it. He said, "I don't have a
think
problem."
he thought he
using
would
that
get caught.
No, I don't think he thought it was a big deal.
You mean to tell me you don't think any other players have a
I'm sure
DraftKings
they
account?
do. 100% they do.
They all do.
And they
Sure,
say
that's
the
what
way
I'm
that he got
saying.
caught is that's the only online book in Florida.
Is that
So
right? Okay.
that's something like because I was trying to put some
But
bets in when I was down
I
at
still
Disney.
don't get how he
And
got
there's
caught
only
unless
one
somebody was
because
out
there's
to
like
get
a
him.
compliance. There's like a compliance system that runs
Okay.
names and
Yep.
somehow the account got linked to him.
They should have just
It
used
was
your
just-
name.
I
Would
would
have
get-
came up.
yeah,
You
would-
have 50 accounts.
Calvin, call me up. I'll
Calvin
drop one on for you.
Ridley.
if you look at the history of professional sports and when players have been busted betting in their career, during their playing time, what has happened? They've gotten suspended for serious amount of time. Alex Karras, Paul Horning.
Yeah, but
Oh,
you're
don't
going
forget
back,
about
though.
Alex
I mean,
Harris. Don't forget about him.
You're going
Mr.
back a bit there.
Webster's
Pete
dad.
Rose.
Shoeless Joe. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
Shoeless
Yeah.
Joe didn't do it.
He was illiterate. He didn't know what he
Yeah.
literally didn't know what he was
Yeah,
doing.
he still
But I'm saying-
had insane.
I
numbers.
guarantee
the
you
game,
some
the
of
game
those college
evolves,
kids
and
are
that's what I'm
betting.
saying. Like you
College
can't look
kids
at
are betting
those
under
back in the
names.
day.
Absolutely,
They're all betting in college.
Dude,
They're getting
guaranteed.
paid now too.
Yeah,
So
the mob did it for years with college.
I just think
Yeah.
it's ridiculous
And
for Ridley.
what's with Henry Hill and Boston
yeah,
College?
the Goodfellas.
Yeah,
Providence.
Goodfellas, what they
Yep.
did.
I still would take Ridley.
I
Give-
take him.
I'd give you a fourth round pick. Yeah.
Right.
Didn't the Fab Five talk about it
They bet.
in their documentary?
I
That
think
they got paid by
the
boosters to
boot,
shave
it was
points.
boot. Yeah,
Wasn't
it
it?
was
With,
by
with
boosters, yeah.
Tim Dunleavy, right? The local guy.
He was the ref.
Dunleavy.
He was
Or
the,
Dunleavy.
he was the ref.
Donahue, yeah.
He was the ref.
Hunley.
He was
the
a
ref
referee.
Yeah.
helping them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That was,
I
shaving
thought it was
points.
the Fab Five or some college team. They talked about
Yeah.
boosters paying
No, yeah,
them.
it was. It was in the. Yeah.
Hey, miss a free throw late in the game or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I need points here. Yeah.
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 something
Miss a
like
couple
Blue
that.
chips.
Each one you miss, it's $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if I'm a college kid barely getting by, hell yeah, I'll miss 2 free throws for you, buddy.
Yep.
Right.
Like, damn.
That's probably what Ben Simmons was doing last year.
And that was the thing about Boston College is they kept winning.
Yeah.
They just weren't covering the spread,
Yeah.
and that's what the mob wanted them to do.
Yeah.
Win, just don't cover.
That's fine.
So what else we talking about with Eagles free agency?
We'll touch on the QB carousel that happened
I
the
mean,
last couple weeks.
what Russell the Denver?
Russell went to Denver. Carson going to Washington. Trubisky to the Steelers. But the biggest news, the GOAT coming back.
Yeah.
No,
Brady
and what about your boy
turning
signing
around.
back with Green Bay, which we all predicted?
Nah, I don't want to talk about him.
Why not?
You knew he was coming back.
Yeah.
It's all about
He
me,
got-
me,
he got
me.
it.
How about that?
And now Devontae's not going to play there because
So-
he doesn't.
That's what I was thinking. Would you give up a first round pick for Adams
I would.
and still pay him like $25 million a year?
Oh yeah.
might not resign.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The Eagles have the capital. Would you give up the
He wouldn't come here.
if you? If,
Sorry, we need to get Depends as a sponsor. I know, Deke, you're working on it. I just had to take the meanest leak ever.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You're telling me if we would give him the highest paid wide receiver contract, he's not coming here?
Why
Yeah.
would they do that with Hurts?
Exactly.
Why would his agent let that happen?
Dude,
I
money
think you do get to a
talks,
certain
bro.
point where the money's like, okay, I'll stick it out with Hurts because I'm still in my prime. If I don't
He
get
just
it 1
wants
year,
to get
he's gonna
paid.
get it.
He's
That's what
going
I'm
back to
saying.
Green Bay.
$23 million a year, and he said no.
He's saying no. They're going to give him a longer.
Don't be surprised if he doesn't play this year.
Yeah, he might go. He
Don't
might
be
go to
surprised.
Vegas too with his.
That's where he wants to go. With
Well, he just bought a house in Vegas too because I
And he
think he
played
thought
with-
Rodgers was going.
he played with Carr in
Yeah.
college, right?
Yep.
So,
Yeah, but they all live somewhere nice in the offseason. Nobody's living in Green Bay in the offseason.
oh yeah.
No, that's true.
It's nice this time of year, ain't it?
yeah.
Not yet.
And anybody surprised that Brady unretired?
Yes.
I was a
I-
little
I-
surprised that
so-
he came back to Tampa.
I
thought he was
Oh,
really
well,
going to go
well,
to San Fran.
Well, wait. Arians a couple weeks ago, they asked him if they'd let him out of his contract, and he said something like, "No way!" Like, you know, he kind of shot that. I did
Yeah.
see that. It was like 3 weeks ago.
On-
Someone asked Arians theoretically if Brady wanted to go play elsewhere, and he was like, "Nah, it's a business decision. It's
Yeah,
not happening."
until he officially filed papers, you don't get rid of that contract. You hold on to
I
it.
think he did file papers.
He officially
Yeah.
filed.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
papers.
filed.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't think.
I
I,
didn't
I
know
was
that.
actually surprised.
Did he came back?
Yeah, I was. a
He
little-
I
did
am
during
too.
March
I
Madness.
wasn't surprised.
I wasn't.
I thought.
what
he
was that conversation with
With Ronaldo?
Giselle?
With
No,
Ronaldo?
with Giselle and the.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
they said. Giselle was probably like, "Dude, you're annoying the shit out of me.
Yeah,
Go back and play."
Get out of here.
Or he was tired of it.
Well, did you
Imagine
see
being
that
home with
he-
all the kids.
Did you see the announcement came on the anniversary of when the Eagles signed Foles back?
Oh shit!
No.
No.
Yes. So it coincided.
That,
So he's trolling
I-
at
you
Foles
think,
yet
you
again.
I mean-
think Brady really put that much thought into it?
He's just-
No.
Oh,
Dude, all that
No.
shit, all
He's
that,
evil.
all that shit was leaked out before him going and seeing Ronaldo and the conversation. Like it was all set to
it's all
happen.
staged.
He had
Yeah.
one.
Just a quick thing just popped on my phone.
Breaking news?
Nothing crazy. Brooklyn's up by 30 at half.
Oh,
They have
Yeah, we
almost-
saw that. Kyrie's got 39.
He's got 40 points at half.
That's
Oh,
all
no.
right.
Orlando.
Oh,
Irvin.
Yeah. Or
and,
listen,
we had to go to overtime.
Brooklyn's going to be a problem.
Yeah, they're gonna be
Yeah.
scary.
They're going to be a real problem.
Yes.
Well, that's why
That's why what?
We don't want to see them
you-
at all.
You do the
No.
you win. You either get the 3 seed, and you play
Ah,
Cleveland.
let-
Let
let's-
Milwaukee beat the shit out of
We'll
Brooklyn.
take a break
Those
before we
two.
jump sports.
Take a
We'll
break.
take a break.
That's what
Then
we
we'll
do.
come back. We'll talk
Avoid
some
the
Sixers.
two.
Any last minute free agency thoughts? Anybody? Any player out there that you want?
The Eagles
to
are
be
going to.
on this
I think
team.
the Eagles
I
are
wouldn't
signing
mind-
Robinson tomorrow.
Robinson?
I wouldn't mind a linebacker.
Miles Jack.
Yeah,
Miles Jack would be nice.
Miles
me
Jack.
So we come out of free agency with Miles Jack, Hassan Reddick, and Allen Robinson.
That's
Good.
That's
Pretty
a
good
home
free
run.
agency.
That's a home
And you
run.
keep- and
And
you
then
keep your
3
draft?
first-round picks.
Yeah.
That's a pipe dream, but
From your
sure.
lips to Howie's ears.
All right. All
Just
right.
need a- then we just need a quarterback.
Oh God.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, folks. We'll come right back. We're going to talk some Sixers, maybe some Phillies, and some brackets. Hang out.
Cleveland's beat it tomorrow.
InsurePhilly.com. We comparison shop all the time. Can I get this cheaper on Amazon? What will the store brand save me? Should I get a second estimate on this remodel? So why not do that for your insurance needs? Better yet, why not have someone comparison shop for you? At InsurePhilly.com, you can get up to 10 quotes in about 10 minutes with top insurance carriers like Progressive, Travelers, Nationwide, Selective, Liberty Mutual, Encompass, Kemper, and Berkshire Hathaway. Owner agent Matt Maloney provides top national carriers with top local service. Just go to InsurePhilly.com to get your quote online or call Matt at 215-300-9590. For all your insurance needs, auto, home, life, business, and Medicare insurance plans, make sure to go to InsurePhilly.com today or call 215-300-9590. Matt Maloney gives you the national carriers you recognize from a local company you can trust. InsurePhilly.com.
Why?
No music.
No music. All right, we're back.
No music.
They're gonna-
It
they're
kills.
gonna
It kills the
have a
algorithm.
shit schedule. And the Colts are not going to be good next year.
All right, we're back,
Unless
folks.
you're
Thanks for
afraid of
hanging out
Gardner Minshew.
through the break there. With the Santa Boot First podcast, thanks to our sponsor, InsureAffiliate.com. Up to 10 quotes in about 10 minutes. We got you covered. Pardon me. And thanks to Pops, McCann's Whiskey. It is St. Patty's Day coming up. So if you need some Irish whiskey, give our guy Jay a call or find him on Facebook, actually. Not give him a call.
He was down at the parade this weekend, I saw.
Yeah,
On his social media.
he's
Yeah,
all
he
over.
was-
Yeah, he's
doing good things.
out there with his wagon. He's got more whiskeys and bourbons come in.
Nice.
He had the new bourbons in here. They were excellent.
Were they?
Which-
I got a
yes,
nice bottle
yes,
at home,
yes.
so yes.
But yeah, we got St. Patty's Day coming up. Find Jason Fogg, Pops McCann's Whiskey on Facebook, and he will deliver it right to your door.
Chantra to that.
All right. Sixers. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks. Sky is falling, right? Sky is falling.
No. Dude, no.
Worst trade ever.
Not
We
yet.
should have never did it.
Shut up.
Ben will be back. He's going to be a difference maker. Harden swashed.
Ben might need a new back.
Yeah. So
He might need a backbone.
I'm not
out of 6 games, right? Since Harden's been here, we lost
7.
2.
No.
yeah,
Seven?
seven.
Well, 6 that he played.
Yeah,
Right?
they're 5-2.
He had a
Five
rest.
and-
5
Oh,
and
no,
2. He
five-
sat the Celtics.
He had a rest game.
Right.
I was at the Celtics game, unfortunately.
Oh, God, that was-
brutal.
yeah,
and I
that-
was at the Nets game.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I was there too.
Yeah,
we
not
were all
great.
there.
Yeah, we were all there.
We all met up at the milkshake station.
That was the $15 milkshake. Was the only saving
It's
grace
the
of the
best
night.
part of the night.
That's right.
I'm not that concerned right now.
I'm not either.
You're not?
No. I'm a little concerned because the bench is thin. But
Jordan
I also,
Yang's your 6th guy.
I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious.
I mean, listen, they're going to go.
He's got cement
they're
legs.
They're going to go as far as Harden and Embiid can take them.
yeah.
They're
And
gonna go-
Harden's averaged 30 points in the playoffs. Like that's another thing Sixers fans need to stop. Like, oh, Harden doesn't show up in big games. The guy's average is 30 and 10 in the postseason.
Yeah, but that's not his role here. to be
Actually,
that.
25 and what was it? 25 and 12, but 34% free shooting.
Shooting from 3.
No, it was
so if
12%.
we get
from
25
three.
and 12 and we get Embiid.
But did you just hear the numbers I just said?
Fine. What?
Field goal percentage is under 40%. It's like 35%.
Is that right? Is
Yeah,
that right, Nate? I didn't know that. Interesting.
he's 2-2 in game 7s.
Oh, you're
Wow,
saying
yeah,
Game
you're
7, not
saying-
Yeah,
playoffs
game
overall.
7
Okay.
when he played with
Well,
it was
still-
just him by himself.
Yeah.
Remember, because Chris Paul got hurt.
I mean, they were
Yeah,
just
but
up
that's
3-1.
Superstars
Right.
when there's that. Yeah, but that's a superstar role.
Yeah, like he's just. We're talking. He's a Hall of Famer. Do you believe he's a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, he is.
The NBA Hall of Fame is convoluted.
But do you believe he's a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Hall of
by
Famers
the
need to play
standards of-
big in
by-
big games,
They do.
right? He's got to be great, not good, great.
Well, here's the bigger problem.
Does he have to be great every night?
Yes.
Or,
Yes.
can Joel be great one night and he can
In
be
the-
No.
in
No,
the-
you need
in
them
the
both.
You need them
playoffs- In
both.
the playoffs, he needs to be great every night.
You
He
see
needs to be
Durant and
great.
Kyrie, they're both great every night when they're on. They're starting to fire on all cylinders. They're scary.
Yeah, they're not.
But
gonna
dude,
do
here's
it.
the
the first round out.
Listen, here's the bigger problem. Your transition defense sucks,
Stinks.
and your perimeter defense stinks.
And that's what the Nets did. They just ran them. Right?
Listen,
They
Bones
didn't
went nuts last night.
And they're
Who's
rebounding.
that kid? Hit 4 threes last night?
Yeah.
That's pathetic. After the first one, you gotta be out there guarding them. Like you can't let that happen.
Cole Anthony had a couple.
Yeah, they can't guard the perimeter. It's
So, Nate, what did you say? He averages 25.
It was
In
like it was
game
on
sevens.
it was on CS in Philly, I think.
Well, he
article.
averaged 28 with Houston, and then he averaged
But he's
29
saying-
last year in the
he's talking about-
playoffs.
he's talking about
for
game
Brooklyn.
he's
seven.
talking about Game 7.
Well-
Specifically game 7.
Well, that's when you need them the most.
Yeah, that's their biggest
Don't
game.
go to game 7.
Right.
Exactly. Don't
Exactly.
go to game 7.
Exactly. Don't go to
Who's the
game
only
seven.
person who hasn't
Solved.
done that? Is
I
Mike.
solved it. Don't go to game 7.
Yeah. You don't suck in game 7 if you
I'm
don't catch a
I'm
game
I'm not
7.
saying he's not a great player. I think he's a great player, but he's starting to remind me of Rodgers. He's great in the regular season.
Oh.
Dude.
Rodgers won.
Why'd you
though.
got to bring
Rodgers
that
won
name
one.
up?
I mean, it was the thing I thought about. I'm just like, who is this guy like?
Rodgers
And he's
at
just
least
great in the
won.
regular season, but when it comes playoffs, when the lights are the brightest, he shrivels.
Yeah, but
Well,
at least
the only-
Rodgers got one
Dude,
ring.
he shriveled in a game 7 when it was him by himself
Well-
against like probably what was it?
It was the 73-9 Warriors.
Yeah, right. Like,
I-
come on.
The only thing though, he hasn't had a running mate as good as Embiid. I
Right.
know that Oklahoma
Right.
City team is really
Right.
good, but his role was different then
Right.
too. He
He
was,
was
Right.
off the bench.
he was a
And
six
he
man.
averaged
Yeah.
29 last
He
year
was
with
6 man.
Durant.
Yeah. So
But I'm just saying, like, how long has he been in the league?
12 years, 13
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, man, that's a
Been a while.
big sample size, bro.
No, I agree. I'm just saying
Like-
he hasn't run with anybody like
And
Embiid.
I
but
don't
get you.
I want him to be great. Like, don't get it twisted. I don't want to I'm just looking at what the picture is telling me.
I mean,
Right?
Look at who
And then
he's
we
had
talk
in
about
Houston.
Smitty, but look at the big games this year. Right? Look at the big games this year that they've been in with him and without him. They've shriveled up against, like, would you consider that Denver game a big game? MVP versus
Yeah,
MVP?
I don't think he was the problem last night because
Yeah,
he
he
had
was
like
a
9
huge
or 10.
problem.
He had 9 or 10 points in the fourth quarter.
He took 11
Out.
shots.
I blame Doc.
So that's his
They
fault.
shouldn't-
Yeah, it is. You're
They-
you're supposed to be the aggressive player. It's your fault.
They shouldn't have played the Orlando game. Those
They
guys should have
shouldn't.
had a rest of the
Yes,
Orlando
right.
game,
They
and
were
then
up
they would have won
19.
last
Like,
night.
But you know what? Who cares? I don't care about that.
I don't care about the out
What do you
gotta-
conference
you can't-
games.
you
Players got to play.
Yeah,
I mean,
you-
I don't believe because you're, the back to back.
what
I mean,
changed when he came his first 5 games? What changed?
well,
to
the
me,
team's- well, hold on.
To me, the thing that changed is he's trying to do a little bit more one-on-one ball, which is what Doc wants, which I agree. But what changed? Like,
Well, the defense is adjusted too, right?
Yeah.
Now you got Maxey. The
Teams
only way
are
Maxey's scoring right now is in the transition.
well, see, I got a problem with that too. In the Brooklyn game, Maxey should have been going by Curry all game.
Maxey was getting torched.
But he didn't.
Right? Why?
Okay. Because Harden was ineffective. Harden was pounding the ball. He was going into double teams. He was a
Embiid
turnover
al-
machine that night.
Embiid
That's a
also
bad. That's a
had-
bad indicator. That concerned me though, right? That's supposed to be a game. He should have been.
I think they were
Hell-bent.
just too fired up for that.
Yeah, but he
game.
should have been hell bent on showing them up.
You're right.
It's his house.
You're right.
Yeah.
They come down
But-
here.
but
he
it's-
should
they're-
have. That should have been his
that-
second game.
I think
There should have been role
Listen,
reversal in that
you-
game, and the
Yep.
Sixers should have came out and dominated them,
you
Yep.
can
not the opposite way.
you
Yeah,
can-
they weren't in
They
that game
were
for the
at
first
home.
quarter. They
Hold
were
on.
out of it the first
I'm
quarter.
not disagreeing with this. You can call me crazy, but I think that they're
Rope-a-dope.
strategically going to start resting Embiid and Harden. They don't want that.
They're
2
both playing
seed.
tomorrow night.
They don't want the 1 or 2
You're
seed.
going to
I
have
don't
to
think
face
Doc-
Brooklyn eventually.
No,
Who
you're
cares
not.
when it
Brooklyn's
is?
not gonna
Wait a
make
minute.
it.
Yeah,
Hold
you
on.
are.
Hold on. Listen. Would you?
What? Because we're going
Would
to
you
be out
listen-
before
would you-
they.
Would
No,
you listen
Brooklyn's
to my?
gonna be out.
No, they're not.
Would you listen to my
What?
theory? If you get the 3 seed and play Cleveland, and you even have to play the 2-7 winner of Milwaukee and Brooklyn, you let them beat the shit out of
Dude,
each other,
the-
and you
the
play them in the
East is
second
so-
round.
the East
I
is-
don't think the Sixers
Smitty,
want
the-
Brooklyn in the
the-
first round.
The East is so like close
Yeah.
that if you
It doesn't
start
matter.
tanking, you could end
I'm
up.
not saying tanking.
Okay, but the difference between 3 and 6 is like a game or a game and a half.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could end up in the
That's
6th
why I
seed, lose
said
home court.
strategically they're going to do it.
Stop it.
There is
Okay.
There is no. You don't
They're
have
either
enough.
gonna get 3
You
or
don't have enough
4.
season left to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, what do we got? Like 17, 18 games
Yeah.
left?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't
but
have-
did
you
you
don't
see
have
like
enough-
their last 8 games? They got like Detroit. They have some easy
Indiana,
games.
I know.
Strategically, they're going to do it. Wait and see. They're going to be a 3 or 4.
But
And
you
you're
just
good.
went,
And you're
you
good with
just
that.
went to
You need
overtime
a-
against
I
Orlando.
don't want a 2 seed. I don't want to play Brooklyn.
Why wouldn't you want a 2 seed? You want home court as deep into the playoffs as possible. And if somebody knocks off
Actually, they're
If
a
someone-
better road team than they are
this
at
year,
home.
but historically in the playoffs, home teams
And
win in the NBA.
And I don't want to.
It's
play,
not
I don't want to play
baseball. Home teams
Brooklyn in
win.
the first round because then Kyrie could play 4 games.
And what's giving you so much confidence after going to overtime against Orlando that they're going to be able to sit somebody against a team like Detroit and beat them?
Listen, I think we have to relax. It's a small sample size. They played
Now,
8 games together.
I got you. I got you. And I am still
I know you're still upset
Listen.
about the Ryan loss, but dude, it's 8 games.
Smitty, I
No,
wouldn't be as
I'm
concerned
still
if they
all
didn't
in
get.
on this.
I wouldn't be as concerned if they didn't get blown out by the Nets.
Right.
Like blown out.
Right.
And I would
I
be.
agree with you, but let me also ask you something because I thought about that first. I was really pissed off. But guess what? If any team shot what Brooklyn shot,
Well,
they're getting blown out. Brooklyn shot 70% from the field.
okay. Well,
56%.
defense fixes that.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but 70% from the field, you're losing
Unheard
every
of.
game. Yeah, it's unheard of. They were lights out that night.
Well, I've never heard of a coach not adjusting when they're shooting that well in the first half to fix it in the second. I mean,
Listen,
I was gonna
Are
ask,
you that
what's
worried?
keeping them from winning?
Doc Rivers.
defense,
What's Doc?
transit. No,
No.
come on. Stop with that. I can't go there with Doc yet. I'm like,
What?
Because here's the problem. He's had this team before Ben and all these Embiid problems, they were a 2 seed. Now all of a sudden, because they've lost like 2 or 3 games, is now all of a sudden Doc's fault. They have the best road record in the NBA too.
Doc was getting heat before the trade. He was
I
getting
don't
heat for
think
the way
it's
the
rightful.
Sixers
I don't
were
think
playing
Doc's
before the trade.
I didn't think it was a great hire when they
I'm
hired
not
him.
saying it's a
And
great
I don't think
hire,
he's a
but I
great
don't think
coach.
he's the problem right
I
now.
think he's Doug Peterson of the NBA.
But you just had great praise for Doug Peterson.
I said he won a Super Bowl, and I said that's unique, but I don't think Doc is this all-time.
I'm not
great
saying he is.
coach.
I also don't think he's the
I think-
major problem right now.
I think Sam
You
Cassell
know
might
who
be
I
a better
think's the
coach.
problem? You know
for
what I
this
think
team.
the problem is right now? Morey didn't build this team strong enough. And I like Morey, that move with Simmons. He did not address the bench. And if you look at last year, the bench,
the bench
who did he go out and get?
it hasn't been addressed in years.
Right. The
Right,
bench has been a
which is
problem
my
for a
point.
long
Why
time.
it's
didn't
been a
they go
problem for a
out?
while.
Like
It
all
was
those
a
guys.
problem before he
Well,
got here.
But this summer, after the Atlanta lost, like Jermichael Green, the guy that burned us last night, he signed for a league minimum deal.
Boogie Cousins.
Boogie Cousins.
I know, but Boogie Cousins has a relationship with
No.
Malone too.
Yeah.
So that's
But I'm just
Going
saying,
back to
like,
Sacramento.
he
He
could
ain't
have
really-
got better bench players. Like we just rode with Shake Milton, right? Like, and I like.
well, you don't have a
Shake.
choice with the cap. I mean, you're
Stop.
You
Shake
could have signed league
stinks.
minimum players.
no, but I'm
Shake,
saying you had to
Furkan, they're
ride with
brutal.
Shake. Yeah, Furkan.
Furkan, he gave $5 million to.
Yeah, and
I know, but
was
that's cheap.
terrible.
Listen,
That's not-
Furkan
wait,
can shoot a little bit, but he can't play any defense.
When you get to the
Why
playoffs,
are we the
who-
only guys that can't get young guys that can play? Like, look at Bones.
They got Maxey and they got
Come on,
no, but I'm
Bones.
saying Isaiah
The
Jones.
sun shines
You're
on
telling
the
me you want
dog's
to like to
ass
see
all day,
Isaiah
Bones.
Jones?
I actually want to see more of Isaiah
Right.
Joe because he'll shoot the ball in the appropriate times. And he
And-
plays better
and
defense
again,
than Furkan
why
or
is
Shake.
why is
or,
their draft pick this year not getting it? I'm not saying he's great, but look at his numbers recently in Delaware. I'm not saying he's great, but give the kid a chance.
How deep do you need that bench to be in the playoffs, though?
Well, that's the problem with
That's the thing.
That's
Like,
the
you
problem
need
too.
eight.
Doc likes to play 10, and I
You don't
hate
want-
that.
you don't
so
wanna
who's
do
your
that.
10 right now? Because I told you
I don't
guys.
want 10.
I don't want
8
10.
at the most.
But I don't
Your
know-
sixth man is Niang.
Right.
Niang's
That's
a terrible.
scary. That's
Niang-
scary.
Is he?
Who's your sixth man?
Yeah.
DeAndre Jordan?
Danny Green.
I was going to
Okay,
say it's Danny.
Mm,
Well,
yeah,
it's-
fine.
if-
I don't
Danny
like
Green-
any of the options,
Give
but
me your
come
playoff
playoff
roster.
time,
If Danny Green's starting, then Thibault's your
I mean,
sixth
is
man.
Harden going to play 40 minutes in the playoffs? 42 minutes?
They're gonna
They're
have.
gonna
He's
have
going to
to.
have to.
Yeah. Right? That's
How
That's
many
why he's
minutes is
here.
Embiid going to play? I mean, last night he was like 4 minutes. He had to
Off the
get out.
bench in the playoffs, you're gonna get Danny Green,
What, 15?
Paul Millsap when he's back.
What's is he hurt?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
I thought they just weren't playing him.
I thought he was.
No, I don't think
No, I don't
so.
think he's hurt. He's just not playing. He's
Oh,
But
DNP.
see, that's the
Jeez.
frustrating part with Doc.
So
like,
so Danny Green, DeAndre
Paul
Jordan,
Millsap
and
has nothing
Niang.
left. He's a throw-in on the trade to make it work.
Yeah, but
There's no value in Paul Millsap.
there's no value in DeAndre Jordan either.
Right.
Well, he's 7'2". I mean, that's
Well, what's he done? I know he's still getting accurate.
acclimated.
dude,
acclimated.
like
To
Bassey,
his
I'm
tongue.
not saying
Yeah,
Bassey's
see.
good or Paul
Paul
Reed.
Bassey. Stop. Bassey and Reed, stop it. They stink.
I don't think Reed's terrible compared to DeAndre.
Just because
Jordan.
Matt Coolard goes B-ball Paul doesn't mean he can play basketball.
I mean, he hustles.
So what?
He hustles. Was this Vince McCauley? Come on, dude.
So does TJ McConnell.
You
What
said
did
you
we
went
talk about?
scrappiness,
Didn't we
right?
just
Don't mess with
scrappiness?
my man
What's wrong
TJ.
with Charlie Brown? I liked him too.
He stinks.
He was a good on-the-ball defender, which is
Dude,
what this
Smitty,
team
just
needs.
because these guys have really nice stories doesn't mean they can play basketball. At
They
the
were
NBA
winning when he played.
at the NBA level.
They were winning when he played. They were.
Oh my god.
It was December.
You're gonna attribute it to Charlie Brown Jr.
No, I'm just saying, like, they try something different.
If I had to hear Kate Scott go Charlie Brown Jr. one more time,
Well, that's why
I was gonna throw
I
up.
watch ESPN last night. And all they were talking about is how joking. Oh my God, you ever see that pass?
By the way, she's going downhill. She's gotten comfortable, and it's just
It's
I don't
very
know.
She's getting a little
forced.
cartoony. Like
yeah. Because I thought she was good at first, and yes, it sounds forced now. It's a little.
I don't like her saying partner. That was an ala and dude. Like I don't like her trying to pick up on that. Like,
Well,
that's-
It's
you
a
can-
minor thing.
that's-
Dude, she should have her pronouns on there.
I'm gonna go back to what Nate was saying in the beginning. Harden, I would be before the trade deadline. I was saying to you guys, show me all of Harden's rings because
Dude.
he was the savior, right? Show me his rings.
I don't think he was.
What
A
has he
I
done?
don't think he
Oh
was
my-
a
he was the
savior.
best
Dude,
But no,
I
I'm
still
saying
defend the
now
trade.
he's
He's
This
the
guy
best.
has played
Yes.
8 games here, and he was coming off a hamstring injury. Like, give him some time.
His hamstring was not injured.
Yes, he was.
It's a slight tweak. Come on, he's not injured. That was. I don't want to play anymore.
I'm here
Let's
with a
not get it
bad hit
twisted.
with a badass shoulder.
Shut up, Jim.
And it's I mean
Yeah, but
it's
you're
it's going to be
self-medicated,
tough in the
so-
playoffs with Doc and Harden. Like you got that's
The
who,
problem with Doc is
that combination could
Do
be.
you like
It's
this
the
team
lack
better
of
than you did last
adjustments.
year going into the playoffs?
This is Embiid's
No.
best player that he's played with, right?
Yeah.
It's
Right.
And
it's the
vice
best.
versa.
It's the best Robin that he's had.
yes.
And
Right.
vice versa.
So I'm still on board. I said relax. I was saying relax last week after the
No,
loss.
it's not. Jimmy Butler was his best Robin.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it
Not
was.
even close.
That team.
When they get Thibault involved,
That team was a
I
championship
like Jimmy,
team.
That's
but
the
Jimmy
key.
could be.
Thibault gives you 10 points a game.
That was your best team.
No.
Yes, it was. You had Redick. You had
it
Harris.
it was your best
you had
team.
Embiid,
It wasn't the
you had
best.
Simmons.
Robin.
You had
It was
Jimmy
the
Butler.
It was the best team. It wasn't the best Robin.
What, you rather have Harden over Butler? Yeah, I agree.
I'd rather have Jimmy Butler 3 years ago than today's Harden.
I think Harden scores easier than Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jimmy Butler
And
was a lockdown.
distributes the
Jimmy
ball
Butler's a
to
lockdown
defense.
defender.
I think we need
That's
to give
so
them some
important.
time. That's what I think we need to do.
I think if you could have had that
8
Butler
games.
with this Embiid, then that's
Are you
what you need.
panicking?
No, I'm not panicking, but I'm not concerned either.
If
but
they
I'm
go out,
frustrated.
if they go out in the first round,
They're not
Doc
going.
will
They're not
be
going to go out in
gone.
the first
Well,
round.
if they
They're
go
not
in the
going out in the
second,
first
if
round.
they go out, if they get Boston or Brooklyn,
I think Doc gets another year
Is
regardless.
No,
is
not if they
Boston
go
beating
out
them
in the-
7 games.
I don't know.
I don't think.
Al
Boston-
Horford
I
seems
don't-
to have Joe's
I
number,
don't-
and that
I
kind of
don't-
concerns me.
Listen,
I don't
Boston
think
was
Right.
dude. Tatum was bombing. I mean, they
This
look good.
Friday, I want to see them bounce back against Dallas. That's
Better chance to go out the first round. Sixers or Nova?
Oh, come on!
Sixers.
It has to be Sixers.
I don't know, man.
You and
Watch
your
out for those blue hens.
hate. That's ridiculous.
It's indifference.
Bucks.
Why do
Maybe
you
a little bit of hate.
not to change it if we're going into this subject? of
We'll
March
get into
Madness.
We could go into it.
We'll get into it.
Well, why do you think they're a Phillies? I'm sure you said it, but I just
They're
Why
not
do
a
I
Philly
think they're a
school.
Philly
They're
school?
not.
They're a local school.
Let him
They're
explain.
a local school.
Let him explain.
Outskirts of Philly school.
You do realize they're literally like. All right. First of all, they're in Delaware County.
God, here we
Right.
go.
Right?
Yes.
Everybody that is from
Wait, can you say that again? What county are
they're
they
in Delaware County.
Okay, that's
For all of Nova-
I rest my case.
Right.
I rest my case.
Just let him go.
It's not rest your case. The Delaware Valley, though, consumes Bucks, Montgomery,
Right.
South Jersey.
Yeah.
So that's all Philly, basically.
They're
It's
not
the
a
greater
Phillies-
Philadelphia
They're a
area.
greater Philadelphia University. They're not a Philadelphia University.
It's such a stupid point, and it's such a weird thing. It's almost like, like if someone from Penn State said it's a Philly school, I'd say, no, it's not. You know, I
right.
went to
Well,
Penn
that's
State.
a little different.
Right.
Penn State Abington's not Philly school either.
Is Westchester a Philly school?
No.
It's
No.
I'm just kidding.
What is your take on
It actually is. It's Chester
I don't-
County. Chester
no,
County's a
it's-
Philadelphia
It's too
suburb.
far.
It's
too
a
far.
local
And
school.
it
It's not a
doesn't. It
Philly
doesn't
school.
embody the city.
It's
Sure.
It's not like
Yeah, you
your
know why?
Hard-
Because they win.
No,
No,
because
it's
they
not like
win.
your
You
hard
talk
Like the
work,
rest of the
anybody- blue
losers.
collar,
Talk to
blue
anybody
collar
who lives in
worker,
Villanova.
blue collar.
They will adamantly say
They're
we
not
are
from the
not
city.
Philadelphia.
Yes.
Adamantly
Yes.
say.
If
We
you're
are
going to
not
talk about
Philadelphia.
How many
privilege,
people are from
don't tell me
Villanova?
about St.
Like-
Joe's
St.
with
Joe's
its
and
bloated
privilege.
5400 City Line Avenue, Philadelphia, PA.
Oh, man.
$65,000 a year to go to that hole.
But
Come
it's a
on.
Philly
I told
school.
you. I
What
told
do you
you.
mean that hole?
It's
That's a good
Yo,
school.
if they
That's how you talking
Yeah,
about.
No one outside of
And
Pennsylvania
listen-
knows where St. Joe's is. They think it's the school from
They ruined-
the air up there. I mean, come on.
The games would still be at the
You guys
Palace.
get that?
gotta-
You know the,
it's
do you remember that
gotta
movie?
be-
The air up there?
Because their
Nate knows that one,
enrollment
I
is
hope.
like 3,500.
How many people know Villanova outside from here? How many? people know?
Everybody.
You think so?
Yeah.
You
Oh
think
my God.
people
In the business world, Villanova
Yeah.
is huge.
you
Yep.
in California? You
Yep.
think basketball people
Yep.
know Villanova?
Well, now
Yep.
they do because of Jay Wright. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
But
He's the best coach in the city history.
yeah,
of any
you're right.
sport.
I agree. Suburbs
Any
of
sport.
Philadelphia, 100%.
He's
the
a top.
winningest suburban coach.
He's a
Jay
top
Wright.
10 NCAA coach all
Yeah,
time.
I'll give you that too.
Yeah.
Of in the United States, not in
Dude,
Philadelphia.
you're giving him top 10 NCAA.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Yes,
Look what he's
dude.
done.
I'm just trying to go
Dude,
through
Jay
my head.
Wright's
Look
a
what he's
hell of a
done.
No,
coach.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm
issue's
just
not-
trying to think
my
of the other
issue,
coaches.
honestly, is not with Jay Wright.
Yeah.
My issue is with the fact, like I went over the other night, like I
What's
What
your
they
issue?
did to the Big Five.
what they did to the Big Five, and that
Yeah.
wasn't Jay Wright. I agree, Jay
Well,
Wright.
if the
That was
rest
Rolly
of-
Massimino.
If the rest of the programs weren't absolute trash,
Temple
that wouldn't have
wasn't
happened.
Temple wasn't
Temple was good at the time.
right.
Penn was poor.
Penn.
LaSalle.
No, that's
They had
bullshit.
their LaSalle had their run with Lionel Simmons.
You
but Speedy
understand
Mars
how
couldn't keep it
unique
together.
the Big Five is to
Yeah, you
Philadelphia
dude,
and college
where
I
else-
understand.
Some of 60-year-old
Hold on.
men. We live
Where
in
else?
breathe.
No.
Where else can I
No,
watch
no,
John Chaney
you-
coach and smell
The
oil?
Big
Tatum
Five
State?
is so unique in college basketball.
But
and
it limited
Villanova,
it.
it
But-
became a tradition.
But in
And
this day and age,
Villanova wanted to destroy that.
Dude,
They
in
wanted
this-
to
smell
tear
the
it all
sweat
down.
off Phil
and they
Martelli's
and they
head.
built it back up. But in this day and age, with the conferences
No,
and with the
no.
television
No,
alignments.
if they
You couldn't
pulled it back
do
up,
it.
they would have went back to
Right,
the last year.
yes.
Played
Couldn't
4
do
games.
it.
Yes.
They
They're
couldn't
the damn
do it.
ski lodge. I don't want to go there.
Dude, have you been to the Palestra?
I've
I
been
love
to-
the Palestra.
Yes,
The
and I've been to
Palestra's
the
a
ski
dump.
lodge.
No,
Wait, what?
It's a dump.
Get out.
He's
Get
gonna
out.
flip the
Throw
table.
out.
It's got
Throw out.
It's
Throw
got
'em out.
character. I love it. Have you been in the locker rooms of the Palestra?
Who gives a
Who
shit?
cares about the locker room?
Because that's what
the
these.
locker room doesn't
Dude,
have the
'cause
game.
That's what
The
these.
play on
Villanova,
the
the
freaking
Villanova
floor.
Stadium looks like a ski lodge.
And it's refurbished. That's what
why
these
it's called the ski
programs
lodge.
Yeah,
care
right.
about. That's what these
Dude,
programs
you
care about.
are a big
Dude,
hoops
first of
fan
all,
like you.
Joe,
I
and
know.
you say that shit
It's
about
a
the
business.
Palestra? You've got to be kidding me.
I love the
That's
Palestra.
blasphemy.
I love the Palestra. It's my dump,
Yeah,
but it's
how
a dump.
come they don't
Get
play
him
their
fired
big
up.
games?
Get him out, Andrew.
You don't play their big
Get him
games
out.
on campus.
He's
They go to the
fired
Wells
up.
Fargo.
Put him in the bathroom. Get in the bathroom with you.
Come on, man. The Palestra
I
is
can't believe
tradition.
those
I'm
words
serious.
left
I
in your mouth.
agree.
I
Plus
enjoy
is
going to the games
I
with my dad,
agree.
double headers, and Villanova basically said in small words, "We're too good for that. We want
Exactly.
to play at our
And
Exactly.
they're
level."
right.
They weren't at the time.
No,
Temple was
no.
better than Villanova when they made that
How
decision.
many national championships does Temple have?
Dude, I'm
No,
talking
at the
about at the
time-
time.
How many Big
At the
Four?
time.
How many big Final Four appearances does Temple
It
have?
doesn't
It didn't
matter.
They have one
doesn't
Elite
matter.
Eight that they cry about
No,
forever.
doesn't
They
matter.
actually have more
It
than one
does-
Elite Eight.
No.
No, they don't. That's
They're-
as
And
far as
Temple
they've
had
ever
one,
got.
by the way.
Their
One
alumni,
Elite Eight.
Their alumni was uncomfortable sending their kids down into the city to the Palestra
Yes.
to see the games.
Yes.
No.
So they built a
Yeah.
nice fancy stadium for
Right.
all their.
That's not a new stadium. That's the old.
Well,
No,
a
it's the old
refurbished,
pavilion.
yeah,
It's been around
refurbished.
for
You
years.
can't sit there and say
It's about the money.
Listen, you can be
Hold
a
on,
you can be a
hold on, AB,
Villanova
AB.
fan of the suburbs of Philadelphia, but you cannot sit there and say that Villanova didn't try to ruin a tradition and basically say to everybody, "We're better than you,"
They did.
and that's why people don't like them.
Hold on.
That doesn't make them not
Hold
a
on.
Philly school.
You were just
Oh
saying
my-
how the locker rooms and
Who
the
gives a
newer
shit about the
style
locker
appeals more to the younger crowd, right? So why would Villanova not build a newer stadium? Instead, they play their games at Wells Fargo. Center?
Oh,
They did build. Have you been to the pavilion?
Yeah, they
Why
put
would they not build a bigger one to accommodate more fans that they have?
Because they
the main line.
they,
They
got-
have the money
they
Dude.
gutted it. It's state of the art. They gutted it, and it's beautiful.
yeah, state of the
for
art.
what? 2,000 people,
I think it's
and it's
$3,800 or
$100 a
whatever.
ticket.
Yeah,
What do you?
What do you mean? So what? How can a kid from Northeast Philly or somebody who wants to go watch Villanova as a fan? They can't afford a $100 ticket.
Oh, but they can afford $250 for an Eagles ticket versus Dallas, so they can puke on
Well,
everybody
that's
all
it.
day.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of
Yeah,
here!
yeah,
Come on!
That's
Get it out
fine.
of here.
That's,
but
Come on.
at least they're seeing a city team.
that's priority.
Oh,
At least they're seeing this.
I mean, I guess does Villanova feel like they're a city team because they play?
I
the
don't
Wells
think they.
Fargo?
I don't think they. Well, yeah, that actually.
I mean, they had
Really?
a parade
So why would
in
they
Actually,
Philadelphia
actually, you
when
make
on the main line.
you make a very salient point. Villanova is the only program in the Big Five that could sell out Wells Fargo.
Not
That's
true.
bullshit.
Not true.
No, it's
Temple-
not.
Temple when they
Yeah, when
played Duke.
When they play Duke,
Right,
No.
because Temple has
and I was at the game, and it was 80% Duke fans, and I hated it.
Wait, time out. I was at the game when they played Kansas,
and they won.
and they
But it
beat
was 80% Kansas.
No,
all of a sudden,
no,
all of a
that's-
sudden, half
there
of
was-
South Jersey's a Kansas
No,
Jayhawk
there
fan.
was a lot of
Come
Temple-
on.
It was Duke
Yo,
because
this
Duke's
is-
got a national
right.
following.
Right, but they don't sell out because they're Temple. They couldn't fill
Dude,
the
Temple
link, and they don't
was-
fill the Wells Fargo.
Temple
Center.
in the John Chaney days, Temple is really good, and that's when I
Okay, John Chaney hasn't been the coach
But
of
that's
Temple
when
for 20
Villanova
years.
said they didn't want to play anymore. When
You do
there were
realize
still
John
teams
Chaney's
good.
been gone for 20 years out of coaching.
Yes, I understand
Okay,
that.
I'm just saying.
I mean, listen.
And Rolly Massimino,
why not bring the
Rolly
games back
Massimino-
to the Palestra?
because it's 2022. It's not going to happen now.
That's a Philadelphia tradition.
It hasn't been a tradition in 35
Because
years.
of Villanova!
But it's dead!
Because
if Villanova didn't do what they did, it wouldn't
Yo,
be dead.
Temple and
And
St.
now they
Joe's
don't want to
still
do
play.
it. And now they don't want to do it because it would be an L for every. If they played a round robin, Nova would sweep.
Not
Who
true,
cares?
With
not
their talent,
true.
they
I
kill them.
guarantee at the
No, they
Palestra they
Well,
wouldn't. Maybe
I-
at the ski lodge.
LaSalle almost beat them 2 years ago.
Right.
Almost
At the-
once out of the last 20 years, they almost beat them.
It's
Usually they
still-
slack them by 40
It's
points.
still a great
Listen,
atmosphere.
I respect. I just think the modern game has changed.
You're underselling the Big Five.
I'm not
and it's-
underselling. I
Thank you.
love the Big
Thank
Five.
you.
No,
I
you're
love
not. No,
it.
you don't.
I do, but I get
Then
what
play
I
the-
understand
then
what
play the
happened.
games back at the Palestra.
Dude,
Have a
it's
Big
not
Five
gonna
tournament.
Have a Big Five tournament. Double header.
Who cares if
It's
Villanova?
not. I'm not
Who
the A
cares?
game.
They're not
What are you
getting
gonna
paid
do
for it.
Right,
Who
but
cares if
but
Villanova?
they ruined a tradition. in that city.
I know, but it's over.
And that's why people don't like them, because they think they are elitist. They think they're the mainline yuppies, and they think they're entitled. That's
I know, but
why,
it's so.
But that's why nobody here that did not go to Nova does not like them. Am I right? They think they're better than everybody.
Yes.
I have no issue rooting for
Which is
LaSalle.
why they adamantly say they are not.
All of the goodwill that Jay Wright has brought, all of the winning, recruiting
I
Philly
don't give
kids.
a shit about
He's
that.
a local guy. He's a Philly guy. He's
No,
from
he's not.
Bucks
He's a Bucks
County.
County guy.
from Bucks County.
That's more
When did
local
he go
than
to California?
Yo, when's Jay Wright getting back?
How much time did he spend in California?
He did. He was up at Fordham.
Wasn't he
or
out at
Hofstra.
UCLA?
No,
Hofstra.
Hofstra.
No, UCLA tried to get him. and
He
didn't.
tried to get him, and he didn't do it.
And Kentucky, so I'll give him that.
And the NBA has tried.
Right.
Has
Yeah, I know
reached
the
out.
So
The
he's
Sixers
a
might get him
treasure, and
eventually.
you guys are spitting in the face of a guy.
No,
who's-
I'm not.
No,
I'm
we're
not.
seeing it
And the
Villanova.
program.
Jay Wright.
See,
I
that's where you're
actually like
missing
Jay
it.
Wright.
I don't have. That
I'm not missing it. It's all relevant.
No.
But you guys are talking about old shit. This is almost like
It's
naming
not,
a podcast
dude.
because a bunch of yahoos booed Santa Claus.
That's what we do best.
Dude, you have to understand why nobody likes him unless you went there,
I understand it.
or you.
I understand.
You
the
don't
venom,
understand.
But I think you guys are holding on to something that happened so long ago
Dude,
that it's
it's-
irrelevant now.
It's
It-
even
no,
it's
no.
the sense of entitlement, dude.
Do you
They
really
act
want
like
to?
they're better than everybody. I'm not even talking about basketball.
If you ask
talk to
Temple,
somebody Villanova,
Smitty,
they act like
Smitty,
they're
I
the
hate to break
top
it
here.
to you. I hate to break it to you. If you ask the AD of those 4 other schools, do you want to go back in and do this and stop playing your out of conference schedule and stop getting that money? Hold on. They would all say no.
They all play each other right
Hold on,
now.
hold on.
No, in the old
It
format.
does- I was gonna say you don't have to.
Dude,
go
they
out
wouldn't
of
do it.
conference.
Yes, they
All
would.
you got to do is set up.
You would have
your
to go out
non-
of conference. You would
Dude,
sacrifice
everybody
your
can
non-conference.
see-
games.
They don't.
They already
It's
play
4
everybody
games.
out of
Yeah,
conference.
you
They
can
play each
still
other.
play your
They
team.
play
And,
bad.
and on
Not
top
to
of
do
that,
the round robin the way they did.
they're playing more
So why can't they just
regular season games now
Wait a
than they
minute.
did.
I
back
guarantee
then.
they wouldn't do it.
Why
None of the
can't I
Sure they would.
guarantee you
They're
every
making those games up because they're playing 30-plus games now.
If
Do you
they
think
did those
Temple wants to
games-
give up the revenue that they get from their own building
I
to go to the
guarantee you
Palestra
they'll
for
play
6 or 8
Yes.
games?
I
Yes.
think they would.
They
No.
get the same money.
No, they wouldn't.
They sell the same amount of tickets.
And you know where that
No,
money
Temple
goes?
makes-
Penn gets
Not
that
all,
No,
money.
it doesn't. They
Yes,
split
it
not
the-
all
They
of
don't
it.
split the gate in college.
Oh my god, dude! Come on.
I
It's
think
not-
that's-
How about
I
this?
think
Villanova's
How about
the only
this?
program that wouldn't
A
do it.
preseason tournament.
No, I don't want
preseason
preseason. They
No,
play
what's
each
up?
other.
You
No,
wait,
no,
wait,
no,
wait,
no,
Let
no,
me
no.
talk. You guys have been yelling. It's my turn to yell.
You don't know anything about college basketball.
You get your tradition. You get these teams together because I kind of agree. Like, LaSalle's not going to want to play.
Yes,
no,
they will.
Unless,
Do you know where-
unless you're
I
guaranteed
guarantee
you're
you.
getting the gate and you're getting exposure.
Why would Jim,
why would Nova do that?
because
They would all
they wouldn't
play-
do it because
they
during the
Dude, they'd all
preseason?
play at the Palestra.
No, because during the
Yes, they
preseason,
would.
Villanova
Like some
plays at
tournament.
the Bahama tournament, or they play
exactly.
wherever.
I'm not
At Hawaii.
So
And
here's
yeah.
the
Temple
thing.
and Temple plays Del Val. I mean, come on.
They
And
actually
it's
don't.
that's not the way the Big Five was created and
So
meant
that would
to
be so that
I
would
know, I'm
bastardize
trying
it
to-
if it was a
I'm trying to-
preseason
You're
tournament.
missing what
What?
I'm saying.
That would
Trying to
bastardize it if it
No,
was a
I don't
preseason
even.
tournament.
How about all Big Five games are at the Palestra? It doesn't have to be a double. They all play each other anyway. Every game's just the Palestra. That's it.
They're
That's
Why
all
can't they do that?
listen at this
They
point.
can
At this
Right.
point,
Why not?
at this
because
point,
of Villanova.
at this
Well,
point,
yeah.
no. At this point,
Yes,
it's their
it is.
it's their own respective ads. None of them would do it
Okay.
for the money.
No.
Hold on, what was it?
Well, how
St.
much?
Joe's just spent all that money on Hagan Arena. They're not going to want to go to the Palestra and take gate from
They're-
4 games.
They're getting. What are they going to be missing out on?
Come on, man. Seriously.
Millions,
It's not millions, but it's
Hundreds
it's
of
the whole.
thousands.
They're not.
hundreds of thousands.
It's not coming
That's
back.
That's
It's
a
not
freaking
coming-
piss in the bucket,
it's-
barely
it's
for
not-
those schools.
It's not coming back.
Oh, I know it's not.
It's
So-
not coming
but-
back
but
because
the
of
arguments-
But
Villanova.
none of the other
The arguments
schools-
against
Oh my
it
God,
coming
it's not
back
coming-
aren't valid enough to.
None of the other
say
schools.
no.
That-
None of
I'm
the other
just-
schools are doing
I'm
it.
just
All right,
telling
let's
you.
move on.
I'm just
How
telling
about
you
a
that's
winter,
why
how
I
about a
don't root
winter
for them.
classic? Winter classic. They all play at like 9th and Fitzwater. Right.
What?
Right.
No.
Outdoors.
What the hell's the 9th and Fitzwater?
Dude, what?
There's a
South Philly?
court. There's a court right there.
What's that, South Philly?
Yeah.
It's Geno's,
Oh, yeah.
isn't it? Isn't that Geno's?
I'm not
That's
saying
where Angelo
I'm
is,
not
yeah.
saying it's going to go
Yes.
back. I'm just telling
The
him
double rim
I'm
invitational?
just-
That'll be awesome.
We're just educating AB on why people don't root for Nova, and a lot of them is because they ruined the history of Philadelphia college basketball.
Hold on, no. Just
You guys
just-
weren't
you-
even alive.
I'm
Except
not
for
even.
Deke.
I don't even care that he's under. He doesn't care. I'm more upset that he undermined the
Palestra. Yeah, right.
And Penn State played in. Didn't he?
I went to it.
Michigan State, right?
Yeah, I went to
when
it.
Penn State, all those Philly guys.
Right.
Yeah, I went to it.
You know why'd they do it at the Palestra?
Because of all the Philly
Recruiting.
guys.
Right, because it meant something.
It meant something to them, and they were.
Oh my
and
God.
that
And it
was
was
like,
a
what, 3
and
years
it was
ago.
hold on.
Dude,
it
every team in the city
was-
has Philly kids. It would mean something to them.
It was a smart recruiting tool by Chambers at the time.
Why? It's such
to
an
keep-
old dump.
to keep the Roman
play there.
pipeline
Yeah, according
going.
to you, it's a dump.
I'm saying compared to the other arenas, and
If I
I'm
can
saying you're
rest
not going
my
to get.
nuts on the same bench that Wilt Chamberlain did, that's a draw to me. If
Yeah,
I
your nuts might rub on
Wilt Chamberlain didn't play at the Palestra.
Yes, he did.
He played at Kansas.
No,
He said he didn't
he
play
played
at the Palestra.
games at the
Oh,
Palestra.
Played
yeah.
what? What did he play? One game there at
High school.
Overbrook?
High school.
One or two?
High school.
I know one
You
or
can
two
still
games there.
smell his nuts from the bench.
I played there too. Big deal.
Dude, it's a
Wilt
big
Chamberlain,
tradition.
Brian
Come on, man.
Flannery.
I'm upset that you're.
I love the Palestra.
No, you don't. You said it was a dump.
You're from
I
Philly.
look forward
You
to
should-
going to it every time
talk
I
with
get to
more
go.
respect
My
My
about
son got to
Philly.
play there. I
How
love
can
the
you
Palestra.
possibly say it's a dump?
Right.
It is a dump.
It's not a dump.
It's a dump.
It's the cathedral basketball.
That's right.
Deke, you
I
have
would go watch kindergarten kids play basketball there just because it's the Palestra.
the local authorities might get called.
Would you watch third grade
Conlon
girls
Part
play there?
Two.
Would I watch what?
Third grade girls basketball.
Yes.
You
I would
can't-
watch
all right, hold
anybody
on.
play
You can't
basketball.
say-
That's like picks in the
But you
eyes.
can't
That's
say-
that's
Yeah, you're
bad.
not supposed to say yes to that.
You,
I'm going because it's the Palestra.
Yo, and you definitely can't say the girls are cute.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely can't say that. Got in trouble for a 15-year-old.
Oh, Dick, you're
Wait,
just
what?
killing yourself.
Don't. Why would you just?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's-
He just incriminated
Tiger out.
himself.
Because you guys got all bent out of shape over nothing.
Oh, she's cute.
Oh God.
Should I put this up on recording Thursday?
Yeah, that's
And
fine.
don't bury
Should
your
I
face
edit-
in your notebook,
edit that
Marcus.
part out?
I'm still disappointed that you called it a dump.
It's a lovable dump.
Shocked.
Nate,
No.
Nate, what do you think?
You
No.
piss in the urinal. They have ice in it. It's a long trough.
No.
It's a dump.
They got rid
No,
of it.
they're
They
not-
got
No,
rid
it's
of it.
still there.
They got rid of
Suspension
them.
from
They
the
got rid
chat.
of them.
Suspension from the chat. You need that.
They got rid of it.
Penalty box?
Control.
We're gonna have to suspend you
Hold
from the
on,
group
Nate,
chat.
Nate.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Palestra?
Yeah, I haven't been to the Palestra in like 20 years.
Well, it's
So your last memory of it, what did you think of it?
I love the atmosphere, right? It's just nothing but college kids in there. And
Don't
it-
say but.
It's a lovable dump.
it's not a dump.
Well, go ahead,
I
finish
mean,
your-
I was
finish your
was
thought.
there drunk, so it wasn't like you know. What I mean, I was in college when I went to Palestra. I saw LaSalle play Nova there. I saw LaSalle play St. Joe's there. I was there when Nelson was playing at St. Joe's.
Oh,
So like it was 20 something years ago when I was there. I haven't been there in 20 years. I think actually probably nothing's changed in 20 years.
Probably not.
You know what I mean? But I mean,
No.
it is a staple right
is.
there in University City. You can't go wrong. Whether you know, people said the Vet was a dump, but people love the Vet.
would you say it would mean a lot to play there, or if you're, a recruit or not?
Do you think they should have kept?
Oh,
the
yeah, it's
Philly
part of
tradition?
history.
Thank
Right.
you.
For sure.
Thank
And
you.
Nova
Why do you
ruined
think
that
the
history
Catholic League plays there?
because it's history.
Because
It's
of
history.
the aura about the Palestra.
Well,
It's
the only
great for
stadium
a
that'll
high
take
school
them.
kid.
No,
The
the
Leo Flores
Palestra
tried to
is
get him.
the place.
I love the
Yeah.
Palestra.
So they
You're
can
missing
say,
what I'm
I
saying.
played
No,
at the
we're
Palestra.
disappointed.
missing
in you
what I'm
tonight.
saying.
We're disappointed.
missing-
You know,
I'm
I'm
saying
disappointed.
all of these schools are greedy. And
No,
in this,
Nova was the one that started it. If Nova didn't say
I
it,
am
they're all
sa-
playing.
I am
Nova's
sa-
more greedy than the rest of them.
Right.
They're all
Listen,
greedy.
I am
Nova's more
saying
greedy.
now, if you asked all of the ADs of all the
They would all
schools,
go play. at the
they would
Palestra.
not go
Yes, they would.
do it.
I guarantee
For
you, they
a
would.
myriad of reasons,
They're
they
not
wouldn't do it.
missing that much money that they wouldn't do it.
Raise them ticket prices, do it
Well,
coaches
well,
versus cancer.
A big
all the money goes to
a
that.
big problem you have with it though is because there's not as much neighborhood rivalries anymore.
That's a good
With
point.
the
That's a
well,
good
of course,
point.
because everybody
Zach.
roots for the
Well,
elitists.
No, I'm saying the
because they
recruiting.
jump on their
How many
bandwagon
recruits?
like this one.
How many recruits at these schools are from Philly? Not as many as there used to be.
No,
Every yes,
that's
no.
a
No, if
valid point.
anything,
No,
That's a
that's
if
valid
not
point.
true.
anything,
That's not
Nova
true.
gets more local
No, they
kids.
don't.
Yeah.
Temple has
Gillespie-
the most city kids.
Gillespie, Archie Denok.
He's a freaking suburban kid. He ain't Philly.
And
He's
it-
Wood,
oh
he played
my
in the
God.
Placier Miller, Newman Goretti. The
Oh
kids,
my
they're
God.
Philly kids. I
Well,
like
no,
Colin,
man.
but Colin's not a city kid.
He's
But
a
he was
Philadelphia
Catholic
area
League.
He went to
player.
Wood.
He was Catholic League,
Yeah, and he was from Holland.
Oh,
but he's Catholic League.
They got Demir Crosby Roundtree from Newman.
He's not there anymore.
Well, he was there.
I'm saying they all have Philly city
Kyle
kids.
Lowry, Cardinal.
Shepard's
Calvin
at
Williams,
Shepard's at
Biggest.
Lynn Greer's at St. Joe's. They all have city kids.
But it's
But I'm
not
just-
as much
Yeah,
as
but-
they
but-
used to.
But
It's still
30
a big
30 plus
rivalry.
You guys just
Yes.
go, you guys go out of your way to bring up this old rivalry as your reason for not enjoying the moment and not
No,
embracing.
I'm upset with you for
what
being a
goes on
front
with
runner for
Villanova.
Nova. That's
I'm
what
not. I
Yeah,
told
you
you.
are.
All right, I'm ending the conversation because we got more stuff to yell about.
What are we going to yell about? Phillies?
Ukraine. No.
Oh, you
Our,
good.
our brackets.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Our brackets. There'll be plenty of yelling. I wanted to get into the Phillies, but they haven't done anything. So there's
Some
nothing to talk
other
about with the
some
Phillies.
other
Maybe they'll do something
podcasts
on
did
the
a
other
bracket
end.
too.
The Phillies are useless.
So it's bracket season.
Baseball is dead.
So we're gonna do our brackets.
Until we sign KB.
It's a conversation that we've had many times here that we're gonna have a whole show around it. So we'll do a bracket. The greatest American rock band.
Yes.
So starting Thursday, we'll start putting brackets out. And it is the greatest American rock band. We'll put them out on Facebook. You can vote. I can tease it.
You did the 4 genres,
Did-
right?
We got like kind of like
Did you
genres.
make
It's
the
a hard job. I
corrections?
give Jimmy credit.
Kinda
It's
like
hard to.
genres.
Yeah.
It's
Did
hard
you make
to
the
do.
correction
Jim's
I
always
brought to
teasing
your
it.
attention?
I made a couple corrections.
Was that one of them?
Jim,
Which-
are you
which?
going to tease and tickle it or just tease it?
I'll tease and tickle a little bit. I tease it now. I'll tickle it.
Just a
Maybe
French tickle.
I'll actually shake it a little bit.
Don't let
too.
your friends tickle it.
Maybe jerk it a little bit.
Baby's 3 months old. Smitty's back in the saddle.
So, all right, so we got
I'm ready. I'm ready to start running.
number
That's
one
why
seeds. Number one seeds.
Jalen Hurts offense. No.
Pearl
No throwing, straight running.
Give the genres also.
All right, so we got in the I guess this would be the alternative bracket.
Yes.
Alternative / grunge bracket. The number one seed there is Pearl Jam.
Yes.
All right.
Where did the Peppers fall?
The Peppers are a 4 seed.
What?
Appropriate.
Behind who? Nirvana and who else?
Who else? Yeah, who's
Uh,
at
The
2?
Foos.
Nirvana's 2
How are the Foo Fighters?
and the Foos are 3.
Okay.
I think I
Very
would,
Who's 5?
appropriate.
Who's 5?
I think I would drop Nirvana down to 4
You're-
and Foo Fighters at 2, or Chili Peppers
So
at 3.
see, I'm a Foo guy over Nirvana, but I think you're gonna.
Well, you're all in the
People
same.
will argue that. People
They're
will
all-
argue
in the same. That's
They're all bunched up very close.
there's some that probably would say Nirvana should be 1.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, the
Yeah.
diehards.
I wouldn't,
yeah.
but yes.
yeah.
You don't like Nirvana?
No,
I do.
I love
like-
Nirvana,
Yeah,
and
but
I
I don't think
recognize
that-
their impact, but
So
they
who
don't
do you
have as
think's
much.
the 1?
Pearl Jam.
Yeah, I agree.
It is Pearl Jam.
And Pearl Jam is touring
Are we going?
September. I'm
Let's
looking
go.
to go.
We'll talk. Yeah,
I'm
I want
looking
to
to
go.
go.
You go. All right.
I'm going to Foo Fighters. in
Are you
July,
gonna
too.
go?
Yeah, I got tickets.
Come
Did
on.
you?
We got like
You
shit
coming?
like
Pearl
Matt
Jam?
and Aaron are going. Yeah,
Nice.
we'll talk. We'll talk. I'm
Yeah,
talking
let's
like
go to Pearl Jam.
Eagles tailgate
Deke-
style for Foo Fighters.
I agree. Deke will be the only one
I
at
didn't
Pearl
get-
Jam
I
older
didn't
than
get
Trying to
Eddie.
get Foo Fighters tickets. If you can
Who's
get
all
Foo Fighters
going?
tickets,
Who's
get
going?
Foo
Sorry,
Fighters.
Deke, I had
There's
to
a
do it.
ton of people going.
One of the best shows I ever went to was Pearl Jam.
Yes, they
Love
are.
Pearl Jam.
They are.
Pearl Jam
They
at
play
Penn
a
State
solid
was
3
amazing.
hours every time they
Yeah,
play.
we
They're
need
pretty
to-
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Now the hard heavy metal hair band punk. Actually, no,
who's the 1?
this isn't as much hair. This is more heavy metal
Hair.
punk. Number one seed there is Guns N' Roses.
I don't
Over
know.
Metallica.
That's what I was gonna say, dude.
Oh yeah,
No.
I think Guns is more following the
No.
Metallica. No,
I mean,
I think
I don't- I
I
don't
think
even-
Guns is more
Yeah,
mainstream.
I don't even like
Are
Metallica
they?
as much.
But
But I
Metallica's
just think they're.
I'm
important.
curious to see who comes out of that bracket.
I
Is
don't.
that-
I'm not a big Metallica
Hate
guy.
to disappoint you, but Metallica's not even 2.
What?
they are 3.
Who's 2?
Who's 2?
2 is
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith.
I think
And I
Aerosmith.
don't want to miss. a
Aerosmith is the
thing.
most overrated.
Over.
Band.
What about Motley Crue?
Some of this is
Yeah, where's
Overrated.
Molly Crew's a 15.
Motley Crue's 15 in hard rock.
Against who? Against who?
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith.
Dude,
Motley
what?
Crew's gonna pull
Motley
the upset.
Crue might win that.
That's gonna be
Some of
like
this-
the Delaware Nova.
Dude, Motley Crue has like 3 songs.
Who
Did you
cares?
realize
Some
that?
of this
Who
is
cares?
based
But
on
they-
record sales.
You don't think
I
more
get
people-
it,
there's
but
a lot
I
of
mean
people
they're
that don't like
important.
Aerosmith.
The
I
importance
like
of Motley
Aerosmith. I think they're
Crue is-
overrated.
But I think there's
And
a
like
lot
when
of people
Steven
that
Tyler's
just
like, "We're the
don't.
greatest American rock band," I'm like, "No, you're
Dude,
not."
you're gonna see
No,
some
you're not.
upsets in this
There's
bracket.
gonna be
You are.
big
All right.
upsets. I
There
think
will.
that might be one.
All right.
Give me
then-
give me Motley Crue spread.
What's the line?
Not the
Well,
money
the money line outright,
All right. Then we
We're talking
got
about Motley Crue. Should we talk about girth? What's their
outright,
girth?
outright, Chico.
then we
Hey,
got like
yo.
the OG old school
All right,
bracket.
what do you got? One.
CCR is the 1 seed.
What over Skinnerd?
Dude, Skinner's like
Over Springsteen?
Springsteen's a
Who-
4.
Oh my
Springsteen
god.
should be much higher.
Who's
Oh,
2? Who's 2?
boss.
2 is the Beach Boys. I know there was
what? Dude, Beach Boys.
Jim,
See, I don't think the Beach Boys are rock. I love the Beach
Who
Boys,
else is in there?
but they're like their own
The Eagles.
category.
You got the
Yacht rock.
Eagles.
They're not even yacht
The
rock.
Eagles are in there. There are 6.
I'm
Eagles should
glad.
be
I'm
higher.
glad you made the correction.
I made some corrections.
Dude,
Look,
Beach
I was
but,
open.
but
You know
they
who should not
deserve
be in
higher
there?
than
I was looking at
15.
it.
Who?
Buffalo
Allman
Spring,
Brothers.
Buffalo Springfield should not be in there. They have one song.
They're not. They didn't make it.
I thought
They were-
you
No,
had
they
them.
were
He
on.
had
some of the
some
ones that were
changes.
missing.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
They deserve to be cut.
There was a lot missing.
Stop, listen. What's that sound? Everybody, look what's going
There's
on.
a
They
lot-
have nothing else. I was going through their catalog. I was like, what else do they have?
What about Van Morrison?
No, didn't make it.
He's
a-
Irish.
What?
He's Irish.
He's Irish.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know
Oh,
you.
It's not
No,
a they.
not they.
It's a
He.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
That's
sorry.
why the Stones didn't get in.
Well, they're English.
Oh,
They're not
Right.
American.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's
Everyone,
They
knows-
would've been-
everyone
The whole
knows the
premise is
Stones
it's an
aren't
American-
I know.
Yeah,
I
the first-
understand that. I'm just
I-
saying Stones are great.
The first time we post this, I totally expect somebody to say, "We're the Beatles."
yes, it's going to
It's
happen.
gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Did you? Yeah.
You
We're the
expected
Beatles.
me to
Do
say
we
that,
vote?
except I said Led Zeppelin instead.
Yeah, we'll vote. We'll put them out there on Facebook. Everybody can vote. And then the final bracket, which
Are
is
we going to
kind
do
of like
any ballot
the
stuff like Georgia?
miscellaneous. It's Prince is the number one. Prince and the Revolution are number one seed.
Who's the 2?
Is Michael Jackson in that?
No, he's Michael Jackson.
Single
But Prince is like
No, Prince and the Revolution.
Jackson
He's got a whole
5?
band.
The Jackson 5?
Yeah, but they're,
Were they more
I guess
Motown?
we were-
Jackson
yeah, they're
5
more
were in the
Motown.
play-in,
Yeah,
but they
they're
I think they're more
lost.
Motown.
Didn't
Yeah.
Jackson 5 lose in the play-in?
They might have. They might have. Yeah, they left in a Wednesday night
Speak-
playing.
Speaking of planes, there's planes going on right now.
Mm.
We got Indiana.
Skinner to
tonight.
2. DJ,
Oh,
you wanna know about
Giovanni's
Skinner?
team.
Skinner's
Skinner-
the two of the OGs.
Yo,
or
Skinner,
the
I think-
miscellaneous.
I think-
And the
Jim-
miscellaneous.
Giovanni's team, the Hoosiers.
I think Skinner should be a number 1.
No,
No,
Over
Skinner's not a
CCR?
one.
no, dude.
No.
Springsteen should be over.
Texas
both of them.
Southern one.
Where's Billy? Hey, hold up. Is Billy?
Billy Joel is not-
Joel
He's
does
not a
not have a
band.
band.
Bruce Springsteen's a
And the
he's
East
And the
Street
East Street
Band.
Band.
But yeah, but
No. But all of his best
Hold on,
albums.
what are we
with
doing?
these-
Is this like all time bands or just rock,
Rock.
bands?
This
American
is
rock.
American rock bands.
Okay.
And we
And
went
look-
and we kind of went post Woodstock. So Elvis is out, Chuck Berry's out.
And I know there's going to be arguments. There's going to be debate.
Hold on,
Yeah,
what
and
about
I-
the Beatles?
Oh my God.
American. Come on, Nate.
There's definitely going to be some debate. There are bands that were left off of here.
Your dad
You know,
is.
I had to make a
Where's
cut.
Claire Dunphy?
I had to make a cut. Yeah, come on, Dad. Get a new joke. Those are regular collars. Get a new slant.
Oh damn, we're
Some of the
Yeah.
other stuff stinks though.
we're
Like the,
going against a soccer show right
like
now.
the soccer show. There's a soccer show.
We better be kicking soccer's ass.
Yeah, there are some bands on here that I'll be honest.
I know you like
Don't
put the
know
dead.
much
Have you ever
about
listened to the Dead Kennedys?
No.
Absolutely
I know a
hard.
couple songs, but
Yeah, they're not
No.
good. Like I heard that I was like that.
did you
Pixies,
say?
things
Did
like
you
that.
say the?
I never heard of Pixies or Black Flag.
You never
I-
heard
No.
Black
They're like
Black Flag's like
I've
punk
heard
rock.
of
They're
the
like
Pixies. I actually saw the Pixies when they toured with Weezer. Is
Okay.
Weezer, is
Mhm.
Weezer in this?
Weezer's on there,
Okay.
and Weezer's a 512 seed, I believe. So you know,
Weezer's what, 12 or 5?
Weezer's a 12 against
12.
Dave Matthews
they
Band.
knocked Dave out.
Oh, they better not Dave out. Dave Matthews is so overrated. I can't stand
No, Dave is a
Dude,
I like
stop.
Dave.
Ants
but-
marching is it.
What about Green Day?
That's
Green
great.
Day
Day
is
in
in
there?
there. Green Day is I think they're pretty high, or a 7 seed.
I
Not
think
high enough.
Green Day's
They
coming
should
out of
be
that
higher.
bracket.
Green Day should be higher.
Van Halen's a 5.
That's
Deke's one of Deke's favorites.
Van
Van Halen should be higher too.
It's a dookie bracket.
They don't stink.
They're overrated. Too.
Dude, Green,
What the frick are you talking
Oh,
about?
David Lee Roth.
No, Eddie Van Halen.
dude, Green.
David Lee Roth is pretty
Look
good
at him
too.
getting
And
so
David Lee
upset.
Roth was a great
He get-
entertainer.
Great front man.
He's getting more upset than the
Yes.
Bloods.
Yeah, I know, right?
No,
Are you okay? You okay with the
And-
dead?
No,
Yes.
Green Day's coming out of that bracket.
Flan, we agree on that.
Yes.
DLR was a great front man.
You think
he
Green
was.
Day's
Are you
got a
okay
shot
with
to come
that?
out of that bracket?
No.
what band was Tommy Lee in?
Motley Crue.
Motley Crue.
You okay with the dead being an 11 seed?
Hmm.
I don't know.
What?
They're another one that
I
They're
think
not a
they could
rock-
have
I
been a
don't know.
17 seed for all I
They're
care.
I'm not a big
They
dead.
See, I'm
had,
a deadhead, but they're not a like they're their own category.
They didn't have a lot of hits, but they got a lot of great music.
If
What
you're,
was,
if
what
you're
was
a
Motley
deadhead.
Crue?
That's debatable.
No, it's not.
Motley Crue.
No, it's
Motley
not.
Crue is a 15.
Motley Crue has 3 songs.
But their importance to rock.
I
at the
just
time
remember
was
the
huge.
the movie they did.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
movie was good.
Right. They were a train wreck of
He
a
didn't put 'em
band.
in, did
but
he?
they're
How about
Does
Beastie
that matter?
Boys?
Beastie Boys didn't get in the play.
They're not
they're
rock.
not rock.
Later in their career, maybe.
No, they're
Eminem.
not rock.
But
Right.
No, come on.
I'm
Let's
kidding.
put Fetty Wap in there too. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Fetty Wap.
I don't even know what Fetty Wap is.
Fetty Wap.
Whatever.
what's Anthrax? Want Anthrax in here?
Yeah, why not?
But
Blind Melon.
there
How
are
about Iron Maiden? Are they in there?
Iron Maiden did not make the cut.
What
Blind
about
Melon?
Run DMC. They had a song with Aerosmith.
That's true.
It's one song.
Blind
They're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Blind
I
Melon.
know, but the Rock and Roll
Blind
Hall of Fame
Melon?
isn't exclusive to rock and roll.
Weedus.
No, we just.
What about like New
That's
Orleans?
right. Isn't Jay-Z in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yes.
I think?
He is,
He
yes.
is.
There are a lot of groups in the Hall of Fame that I don't understand why.
Because it's not
Because
it's
it
not
doesn't
just
mean
rock
anything.
and
They're,
roll.
that Hall of Fame's crap.
Right,
They
you're
put
Called
everybody.
the Rock and Roll.
I
Hall of
understand.
Fame,
I
not the
understand.
Music Hall of Fame.
I know.
because
The
there is
Rock-
there
It's
is-
also in Cleveland. Why on earth is it in
What-
Cleveland?
Because they
Crap.
coined the reason why they said when
Cheap
this
property.
before it was built and it was
Down by
they
the
were
mistake by the
still-
lake.
Exactly.
They were still looking at sites and Philadelphia was one of the final sites, New York City, Cleveland, one or two other cities. The reason why they picked rock and roll
What
is
about the
because a
Doors?
DJ
The doors are on
on,
there.
on
Yes.
Cleveland radio coined the term rock and roll.
Is that right? That's
Correct.
interesting. I did not know that.
and the real
Yes.
estate was cheaper. in
Ramones.
Cleveland.
That's what it is.
Ramones.
Not on the
Ramones
lake,
are
it's
on there,
not.
Yes.
The Ramones.
But
Really?
I mean,
Yeah, the Ramones.
is there
Good,
is there a
but-
rock band in the country music Hall of Fame?
REM.
No.
REM got cut.
What
No,
about
but country's
Journey?
like its own thing, though,
What about
too.
Journey?
Rock-
So's rock.
Journey made
Simon
it.
and Garfunkel.
The Doors are at
Would
three.
you
about
expect a
Journey?
rock band to, when they come up with a rap
How
Hall
about
of Fame? Would you
Chicago?
expect a rock
No,
band?
no,
got
no, I
cut.
wouldn't. But
Right.
Did you get Journey?
Journey's a 9.
Bon Jovi.
Really?
Bon Jovi.
Okay.
Bon Jovi's a 5.
Okay.
Kiss.
Kiss is in there. They're a.
Kiss is another band. I've
I-
never
16.
understood Kiss.
They're a
I-
16
I,
team. Yeah.
I don't like Kiss.
They're
I
going
don't
up
think
against Guns N'
Kiss- I don't
Roses.
think
They're
Kiss
not
Who are
should
they
have
going
been
up
in there.
against?
Guns N' Roses.
Kansas.
They're-
No,
Watch
musically,
Kiss,
they're
the
not
upset.
good.
No, they're not. They have like 2 songs.
But
They're
they-
just annoying.
The thing is,
I
they
find the Kiss
sell
fans
a lot
annoying.
of
It was-
records.
they
They
do.
I know, but
It's because it's because you know why? It's because of the makeup, and maybe I just
I
have a
think-
universul hate
Yeah.
for the makeup.
I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue.
Oh,
It might be a tease.
I was alive, and
When's
you know,
that? Next week.
Next
the
Thursday.
I was the target audience of their music, and it never appealed to me.
Kiss.
It's because you
Yes,
weren't a
Kiss.
cross-dresser. I mean, that's why.
Oh, he's in the Mummers.
I'm in the moments. What are you?
Oh,
talking
you
about?
actually you are. Never mind.
He liked their sequins, just not the face paint.
Okay. I just don't like the face paint, so we'll talk to him next week.
Yes.
Little plug there. The
The Ultimate Warrior.
the
Is that
Philly
Is
sports
that a
guy.
tease or is that a tickle?
The
That's a
Ultimate
tease.
Warrior.
Nate, you
That's
wear
not a
this,
tickle.
Nate?
That's not a tickle.
The tickle and the tease.
Nate, you better get a boxing bell sound effect going back there. The Philly sports guy will be in studio next week,
Paint it.
painted and shoulder
I was gonna
padded.
He might be
Oh,
watching.
no.
Oh, he's
He
coming
might be
in
watching.
Oh,
full.
He might be
Loaded.
watching. He's
He
coming
will
for
be
you.
Who are we
in
talking about?
the Philly sports guy. You know the guy with the face
Hopefully,
paint,
does he
the
paint him-
mohawk
Does he paint himself for
Oh,
Villanova?
that
okay.
you see. I have a particular problem with him.
Does he paint himself
Oh.
for
Is he
Villanova?
in college?
I
Because
don't-
then he needs to call himself.
I have
the
not seen
suburban
him on the
sports
college,
guy.
man. He paints himself for the Wings and the Union.
Oh God. The Union.
What if he dressed up as a Nova fan?
I still would not like it. I don't like.
Yeah, but he
Paint
wouldn't
a
be
V
able
on
to
his
call
face.
himself the
He
Philly
would
sports
steal.
guy.
He said he has a story to tell as to why he does it. So I'm willing to
Give him time.
Let's
We'll give him
let's-
some
Wasn't
time.
he a
Listen
big
to
fan of
his
Kiss
story.
or something? That's why. he
I
painted
don't know. I
himself.
don't know. I've never spoke. I've insulted him a couple times on Instagram, and he agreed to come on. So I've never had a conversation with him.
Is he coming in? Like, what's his? Is he Eagles face?
I
paint?
don't
Is he
know.
Santa?
I don't know.
Can we ask him to
I-
Santa? Green and red for Santa? Like, how's he gonna?
It might be
how's he
bad
gonna
for our
paint it up?
brand.
Yeah, we can't be doing that.
So hold on, you didn't like the Ultimate Warrior? You an Ultimate Warrior fan?
No, I was a Hogan
But
guy. I
that's-
didn't like the Ultimate Warrior. No.
So you
He
didn't
looks
like
the
Legion of
Animal
Doom?
Hulk from Legion of Doom. Is that what he named
No, I
himself?
didn't. I liked the Midnight Express. I didn't like the Legion of Doom. No,
Hey, man.
I
I
like the
know.
Warrior. I like the Warrior.
Demolition.
I didn't like that. No, Demolition was just a knockoff of the Legion of Doom. They stunk.
Maybe
too.
next year we do greatest wrestlers of all time.
Oh, yeah,
that'd be dope.
Chica.
That'd be a good one.
That's my boy. I'm upset about
Scott
that.
Hall dying is pretty sad.
Yes.
Wolf
And he
Pack
died of
for
blood.
life.
Died of blood clots.
Yeah.
Wasn't it from?
I
Well,
heard
they don't know.
a
It might-
series of heart attacks.
Yeah, I thought
Blood clots from a series of heart attacks following a hip surgery, which might or might
Yeah,
not
you know what, I
have. The
saw
blood clots
something
might have
so
been from
messed up
something.
after they messed
Like Deion Sanders losing his toe. They attributed
That
to
was
blood
crazy
clot.
with Dion.
They-
Well, they're
He
saying that
lost
might
a
have been
few toes.
There
not
was,
just one.
there was a lot of people.
might have
that
been
were,
from the
like,
jabby jab.
making
We don't
jokes
know.
about it last night, which is pretty messed up.
What about
Like
Deion
what-
Sanders' toes?
No,
They're still his two
They
toes
were
that are
like, as
dissected are
they
still
were
faster
messing
than
him
anybody in
up,
Eagles
his
secondary.
first words were, "Hey yo,
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
hey yo."
Oh, you saying he lost his toes because of when you say
The
jabby
bad
jab?
guy.
I am not saying it.
You
I'm
talking about the
saying
vaccine?
I am saying it's been suggested that this is causing blood clotting, and that's what some people are attributing.
Okay, was from the vaccine.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not a doctor. I'm
Okay.
just saying this
Hey, you
is
don't
what
even play one on TV.
I don't even play one on TV. I'm just saying this is some of the
Hey,
things that have
yo.
been said out there. So
You
Okay.
can't say that, Chico.
I'm not.
We have some medical professionals.
Hey, yo.
I have to bring in machismo.
Dude, your Scott Hall is terrible.
I
mean-
it
Hey,
just sounds
yo.
like a bad Latino guy.
No, it just sounds like a white guy.
Yeah.
Trying to say it. That's what it just sounds like. It sounds like what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. We good?
We're good.
We got.
We didn't get to debate.
Deke is still fired up.
Phillies.
He's the color of the
I didn't
shirt
get
he's
to-
got on right now. He's still mad.
You're gonna get an earful once we go out of the room. too.
I know.
I'm sure
Any
it's gonna
votes
happen.
for the
Listen.
actual March Madness?
There was one thing I need to bring up, a tweet that Nate brought up. You realize that James Harden was not brought here to be the closer, correct?
Going back to that.
No, I just want him to understand that. Embiid is the closer.
Smitty, this is a whole nother show.
Embiid is the
dude.
closer.
You think so?
At
Yeah.
least a
And
segment.
who's the
Yeah.
closer on this team?
You think a 7-foot center is the closer? In
Yes.
This,
Yes.
in this-
Yeah,
I
In this
think, he,
situation,
I think he
yes.
should be.
Yes,
I
he
think
is
he
the
should be.
closer right
Well,
now.
Harden, if you remember when he came, he was saying he didn't need to be
Right.
like he didn't say Batman and Robin, but he used that analogy.
I will
And-
say they have two closers, not just
So
one.
you think
But-
Harden can be a closer?
He should
So,
be.
but wait, by closer, I'm saying the guy that you feed for the last 2 minutes of the game
No, I think it can be
to
either.
finish it out.
It should be
I'm
Embiid.
not saying
It
last
could-
shot.
It could be either of them.
Well,
I-
they
no, I
tried
think
it,
you
right?
just feed Embiid the whole last 2 minutes of the game in the paint.
Yes.
That's the closer to
They
me.
they
Yep.
They tried to do it right. They tried to run the pick and roll. They ran the double team
Yeah, and
at
well, he
at
doesn't know.
Harden.
Well, he
Dude,
doesn't know the plays,
He doesn't
which
know
is
the plays.
which
But I
is-
mean, it's still pick and roll with two guys. You
it was
just run.
working last night. They just couldn't get guys.
Well,
to
I mean,
knock
at the
down
end of the game,
shots.
they have about 14 seconds left. He gets the ball
Yeah.
and they rush out, so he's not ISO to do his back step for the three.
Yep.
Right. So they run out the double team. He throws to
Yeah.
no, he threw the Embiid at the top of the key.
Yep.
I thought
Oh,
Embiid had a
okay.
shot there.
I did
If he,
too.
I thought if he walked in because Jokic gave him a little bit of space, but instead he passed it to Yang in the corner. He
Get
he
off the
But-
side of the-
But here's my thing: the closer doesn't always have to be the guy that just completely takes the last shot. Like Harden
Oh,
was a
that's-
closer in the
that's-
Orlando game, other than Tobias Harris 3 in overtime. Harden had 8 points out of the 11.
this is when I say a closer, I mean he's going to have the ball in his hand at the end of the game.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
that can be
and I think that's
either
Embiid.
And it's going to be
Embiid or
based off
Harden.
his decision whether he shoots it or passes it. It's going to be on Harden.
I know, but you said he can't be a closer.
I don't
Smitty,
think he
that's a-
can.
Smitty, I just noticed. Does your beard now connect with your chest hair?
Yeah,
That's
you
interesting.
like that, don't you?
You get
Wow.
the Coy Detmer?
Wow.
Yeah.
You just staring at it.
Man, that's
Yeah.
well. It's. I'm afraid it's gonna like jump out at me. Like if you get it wet, it might attack all of us.
Yeah, I think he's got to make big shots. There's no way that it can be because it's the same, right? It's just Embiid then at the end of the game.
I
Well,
think-
yeah,
And
but
we've
you know-
seen that doesn't work. That doesn't win.
Yeah, but I disagree because you know why? Because then they have to pay attention to
Right.
Harden, and someone else gets open, whether it's Maxey or you.
I mean,
want to
but
beat you.
when we like here's an example. When we had Butler was a closer, was he not?
sometimes.
Exactly. I'm not saying Harden has to be the closer all the
Okay,
time.
then we agree then.
but I'm just saying, like in that same category where you need a big shot and they double Embiid, which you know they will.
Yep.
He's got to be the next guy. He has to be.
Well,
It's got to be him.
That's why it's
Yeah.
going to become a mismatch nightmare in the playoffs because if you double team Embiid, then Harden or Maxey is going to do it, or
But
Harris.
I think
So I
Denver did
think-
it right, though. I think Denver really did it. Not to cut you off, me, but I think Denver did it right. They didn't let Harden get in his set at all. They ran two guys
Well,
out of him to get the ball out of
also,
his
Embiid
hands.
couldn't do as much because he was playing with 5 fouls too. So you have
Yeah.
to
I
recall
mean, on
that.
the offensive side of the ball, though.
Yeah, I mean, he got called for 2 charges last night.
I think DJ was right. You got to have both of them be a closer because you don't want them to be able to focus on one
I don't care who
in the last 2
closes.
minutes.
That's why.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It can be,
It,
yeah, but
it can
I'm
be
just,
both.
But those two don't need to always take the last shot. They just need to create the matchup that, like the last shot.
Really? You
See,
just said
that's-
that? You don't think those two need to take the last shot?
Not all the time.
Yeah, they
Oh,
do.
yeah, they do, man.
See,
They do.
I'm separating
So
this
if
differently
you
in my
don't-
mind.
so
There's,
wait a minute,
there's the
if you
last
double
shot
team-
and there's a closer. To me, a closer is the guy down the stretch. Like I said,
Down the
there's 2
stretch.
minutes in the game. I'm just going to feed Embiid the
Yeah,
ball
That's
for the
what,
last 2
so
minutes.
That's who it is.
If it's a close game and I need a final shot,
Yeah.
I don't know. I want Embiid taking the
Dude.
final shot.
Smitty, you're telling me on the Nets they don't want KD or Kyrie taking the last shot? They want
I mean, I
Bruce
think they
Brown.
would,
Bruce
but
Brown?
I also think like that when you have 2 superstar players, that also opens it up for an open shot. Like you're telling me Maxi's not going to get any open
he
jumpers
will
in
get
the
an open
playoffs.
shot, but it doesn't mean
I mean,
he
you're telling me
needs to
Seth
take
Curry's
it.
not going to take the
Well,
last
I know
shot?
for sure you can't have George Niang.
Yeah, I don't
taking
want
Well,
the
I
shot.
agree with that.
I don't want
Well,
You
Niang
can't even
didn't
have
even-
him at the end of the game.
I mean, Niang freaking blew the game last night.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
He catches the rebound, dude. Maxi was wide open
I
at
agree.
the top of the key and Harden, both
Right.
of them.
well.
Maxey would have been a
cement
better
legs.
pass right
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
Yes. Which
Yeah, because Maxey was set. His hands were up. He was
Yeah.
set.
Yes, and Maxey was in his line of vision too. He had
Yeah.
the angle to see Maxey.
Yeah, I mean,
George Niang.
Morris could have tipped the ball there, but
So?
I think,
He's in
like
the
you said,
NBA.
I mean-
like I said, I think you take that pass, right? You needed the 3 anyway, so you take the pass, and if he steals it, he
I
steals
mean,
it.
really, what it comes down to is they should never blew a 19-point lead.
Correct.
That's really what it comes
Correct.
down to. And the way that
Yes.
the way this team plays is so frustrating because it's like they get up 19, and then Niang's still jacking threes. When you're up 19, all you need to do now is like pound the ball or with Embiid or drive with Harden, right? Like you can exchange possessions at that point when you're up 19.
You should have brought this
But
up
why?
in the Sixers
Why the hell?
segment.
You know what I mean?
I've
Now,
also
this is overtime now.
I've also
For
said
you.
that
Yeah, this is overtime.
these guys they're playing for fouls.
I agree with
That
that.
drives
They
me
are
I
nuts.
agree.
playing for
And
fouls.
that's
And
driving me
yeah,
nuts.
that's
Well,
driving me
Harden's not
insane.
getting them, and that's
Well,
the
you
other-
haven't watched the NBA.
Yeah, but
No,
that's
I
see,
know, but
but-
the Sixers never
but-
did. Like Joel would go like,
but
I
the-
feel like Joel every time now, like
Yeah.
he's
been doing that for
a
he's
while.
more
But here's-
powerful than most
He
of the guys
rips,
in this
well,
league.
right, but he rips through every time
Yeah,
looking
but
for that.
that's not even my problem. My problem is they don't get the foul call, and
And then they
Harden's
put their
sitting
hands
there
up.
putting his hands
Yeah.
up. Meanwhile,
Yes.
they're up.
You
the
haven't
floor.
watched enough
Going up the
Harden. That's what
floor.
Harden does.
Yeah.
You haven't watched enough Harden.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they got to stop
They're
playing
not-
for fouls, and
Are they gonna get
Embiid's
those
got to
balls
stop
in the
crying
playoffs?
about everything.
Shut the lights off, Nate.
Right. Yeah, they're all taking their headphones off. All right.
Nate's the closer.
Well, we got Nate's the closer. Nate's shutting us down.
Shutting the lights down.
All right. We'll talk about Phillies next week. We got the NHL trade deadline.
Who?
NHL. Wait, I'm going to hit one final question.
Oh God, Claude.
Get
Giroux-
out, Claude.
Will Claude
Get
be on-
out.
on the Flyers when we're in here next Thursday?
No,
No?
no.
I hope for him he goes to a contender, but I want to say no.
No, he's
No.
gone.
No,
Didn't
he's
you see
gone.
what they said? They're bringing
Contract's
his
up. He's
kids,
gone.
Everything. He's gone.
He's
Tomorrow will be his last game.
Just to
I
be the contrarian, I'm going to say yeah.
No, I think he's gone.
think
He's
he's
gone.
gone.
He's gone.
And next week the
Golf-
Phillies will
golf
have
clap,
the
nice
power
career.
back, and we'll sign a power back.
It'll be
by
Schwarber.
next
It'll be
Thursday.
Schwarber though. It's not going to be Bryant.
I think it's either Brian or Castellanos.
It's going to be Schwarber.
Schwarber's
And-
going to Toronto.
And I
be
say
Schwarber.
it's going to be neither because Middleton's a cheap bastard. And the Phillies
Everybody
are-
said that too with Harper, and he went outside. Let's be patient.
It's going to be
And he
Not
Schwarber.
many
signed
big-
Harper.
Not many big guys have signed. Like there's a few.
Castellanos, Schwarber.
Yeah, they're all out there.
Bryant.
They're all out
They're
there.
all out there. So
And they're
then-
all linked to
They're gonna
different.
get
They're
another-
all linked to different
None
teams.
of them want to be the first one because
Right.
they're going to see, oh, he got more.
Once
So they're gonna-
once one of them signs, like
Yeah.
Korea or whatever, they're all going to start signing because he's
With
the top
different
ticket.
teams.
Yeah,
Korea.
with different
Korea.
teams.
Oh,
Korea.
Korea. You
Whatever.
said Korea.
And the guy from Japan. I wonder where he's going to go to.
All right.
I take him.
It's another episode of the Santa Boot First podcast. Keep an eye on our Facebook. We will have the greatest American rock band brackets going. Good luck with your brackets. Let's go Delaware.
Let's go.
F. Putin.
Let's go Palestra.
Let's
I
go
don't think Flake,
Palestra.
did you catch the Go Delaware?
I got to do it. F. Putin.
F. Putin. Enjoy your St. Patty's Day, and we will see you next week. Thanks for hanging out. Be excellent to each other.
What was that shirt that we said? Something.